Hi everyone, Shoni from Shoni Gaming here. I'm back. Yes, I am back. Odin, good to see you. And Dahlia, lovely to see you. Happy New Year. Let's start out with that one. It is my first stream of the year, so Happy New Year, guys. That's the most important thing. 2020 is gone, finally. And we are now heading up into 2021. Lurk, no problem, man. Good to see you. No problem whatsoever. I'm so glad to be back, guys. Yeah, Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year. It has been one hell of a year, let's face it. But on the other hand, it was also the year that I did start streaming. So, hey, the good and the bad outweigh itself. But yeah, a lot of things have happened. Unfortunately, I could not do my last stream last week. Because I had internet issues. They should be repaired and I should be fully viewable for you guys. Always a plus. And yeah, so a lot of things happened last year. But we are back. We are going to fly once again around the world. Fly everywhere. See everything. That's what we're doing. So yeah. Last year, we ended up in Bristol, guys. If you remember, it was the shortest, longest flight from Cardiff to Bristol, and now we are moving on from Bristol onwards towards the southeast of southwest, actually, of England, hoping to finally fly out of England by this Friday, guys. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I will be flying out of England this Friday, onwards towards Belgium and Luxembourg, and then onwards towards France. So yeah, it's going to be a great year. There are, of course, a few things coming up. We will be continuing our flight all the way around the world. As I said, fly everywhere, see everything. Also, I am working on the second project, and that is SimTalk. You will be hearing more of that the coming weeks. And yeah, I'm hoping to get that off the ground, pun intended, as soon as possible. So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on how that's going. But for now, today we are once again flying all over the south of England. So let's have a look. Where are we headed to? We are headed today. That is basically our flight. Let me pull that up a little bit. There we go. What we are doing today is, it is freezing, funnily enough, so we should be, we may be having a little bit of problems, but we'll see. And it is very cloudy. Unfortunately, it is very cloudy, even low cloud, so it might be that I will be switching. Have to wait and see how that's going. But yeah, it is. The wind, however, is very okay. It is it's fine, no problem. Mostly tailwind and a little bit of headwind. So yeah, that's no problem whatsoever. But as I said, the cloud base, if we go low, you can see all the red and blue splotches right there. That's going to be somewhat of a problem. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see how it starts. So what's our flight today? Today, we are headed over from Bristol. We are taking off from Bristol, where we landed last time, flying over Stonehenge and Bath, onwards towards Wilton House in Salisbury, then towards the Mendip Hills area of outstanding natural beauty. That's a mouthful, and I just had to see it. I mean, that looks brilliant. So yeah, let's go have a look there. We will be flying on towards Cornwall, towards the towards Land's End, eventually right there, heading over towards the Eastern Isles. Those are a few tiny little islands, and then head back. Right there is, if I'm not mistaken, St. Michael's Mount, the counterpart of Mont Saint-Michel in France, where we will be heading towards as well, of course. Then flying all the way along the Roseland Heritage Coast, and then up towards, through Plymouth, up towards to Exeter. I was intending to land on Plymouth, and it says there is an airport right there. However, that airport right there is not operational. Funnily enough, it's not operational. So it's still in the game, but it shouldn't be. So I think it's mostly gone even now. So yeah, that was a kind of a kicker. So when I started planning this, I had no clue what was going on. Had to look it up on Wikipedia and noticed that it was gone. So anyway, that's what we are going to do. Well, of course, we are at the moment, as you guys can see, all players, live traffic, and a live weather. I am going to give live weather a go. If it's too cloudy, I will be switching. So yeah. And we are, as always, on the Western European server. So if you guys want to fly along, no problem. Go to my Discord channel, pick up the last flight plan. That's flight plan 34, if I'm not mistaken. Pick that one up, load it up, and it should be right there. It should be that. So yeah, it's and you can simply fly along with me if you like. But yeah, let's get the show on the road. I haven't flown for quite a while actually. So let's hope I'm not that rusty. should be fine, but fingers crossed. Always got my trusty cup of coffee right there. And let's see what's going on, guys. Let's see if we can still get this puppy up in the air. We should be good. We should be good. My landing will be the deciding factor. Yeah, indeed it will be. Fingers crossed. Yeah. That's always, funnily enough, a very deciding factor. Also, of course, there have been a few release updates. The Christmas update, which was very big. We are now heading towards the end of the month. The UK update. I will be leaving the UK this week, so unfortunately, we will not be getting anything from that. But yeah, they are working on a few other things. For instance, seasons. It has been announced. Yeah, I know, my dear. I know. Unfortunately, it is what it is. You know, it is. I always seem to be a little bit quicker than the game update. So apparently, which is amazing. Yeah, snow. If it has snowed in certain areas, it should show up. So, alright, it says 3 degrees right there, so that's good. Of course, the things we are always doing is, just in case I'm switching on the pitot heat, just in case, I am setting the altitude at, not 300, but 2,000 feet. That should be enough. I'm turning off that one. Let's set the wind to option 3 once again. 13 knots, not that bad. And the bearing for our next navigation point, which is 23 nautical miles. That should, by the way, be Stonehenge. So yeah, but yeah, there is indeed a snow update. If it has snowed in real life in certain areas, the snow should slowly start to show up and build up in the game. Hey Flo, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. So yeah, it is, alright, let's zoom out that one, as always. Been a minute. Well, been a little more than that, I'm afraid. So yeah, it's, that's good. Alright, I think, guys, we are good to go. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? Let's get this show on the road. We are up and running. Let's get the puppy up to about 50 or 60 knots. Whoa. Slight windy, but yeah, it should be good enough. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We are up, guys. Finally, after nearly 2 weeks, we are once again up in the air. Yes, we are. Oh, I'm so glad, guys. I've missed this. I have missed this. I've missed you guys. I have missed this. And here we are. Flying onwards towards... Whoa. Let's see. It is kind of choppy, though. Which it shouldn't be. But it is loading up a lot of people. A lot of people are flying, as you guys can see. And that is a bit of a pickle. Oh, I do have to start, of course, my fly now. There we go. That should update right there. And why is this going like that? Okay, right there. That should be fine now. There we are. That's a lot better. So now we are finally on our way. Yeah. Something Sky Vector. Yeah, probably. I have to do that in a minute. Yeah, I have to do that in a minute. Let's get this show on the road first. Let's see how the weather is, because Yeah, it is 1 degree Celsius, and it is getting cloudy, guys. It is getting cloudy. But first, let's get the feel of this once again. Good lord, it has been a while. Happy New Year, Maud. Happy New Year. Good to see you. So glad to see you guys. You know, it has been one hell of a year. Killer clouds indeed. Yeah, well, as of now, we are still good. We are still at 1 degree Celsius. I can handle 1 degree easily. So, Midge, good to see ya. Good to see ya. Flying good weather. No, no, you haven't. No, it seems to be my curse. But Happy New Year to you guys, and yeah, I know I missed you guys as well last week. Unfortunately, I was going to stream on Wednesday last week, but my internet provider had other ideas. Yeah, so. Everything was fixed, however, and we are back up and running. It should no longer be a problem, guys. So, with a bit of luck, that's no longer a thing. But yeah, and let's. I mean, 2020 is over. Yay! Finally, let's head up to 2021, where we can all return to our normal activities once again, because let's face it, everyone's kind of getting sick of this COVID thing. So yeah, it's where we have another year of COVID lockdowns. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like that in most countries the lockdown is going to be extended. So yeah, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is, guys. Yeah, it is what it is. But though it does look great. Look at that. But yeah, by the way, I am using live weather, by the way. And as I said, if you guys want to join me, no problem, you can. Just go to the West European server. You should be good to go. I am, however, going to fly a little bit lower, because the cloud base is really low. But that's fine. That's fine. All right, let's push that back a little bit. But I'm glad to be up in the air again, guys. Dang, I missed this. I really did. I missed this so much. Yet, here we are. Back again, up in the air, flying over lovely merry old England. We are headed towards Stonehenge, by the way. It should be in there. Lost your... No, I did not. We are still at full force, Flo. We are still at full force. Baha! Yes, we are. Hi-ho, Silver! Away! So, yeah. Yep. Dang, guys. I have missed this so much. Still looking to see if we're not freezing. We are not. We are at... well, we are flying really low. But that's simply because we want to see the scenery, as always. We want to see the scenery. That's very important. And, yeah. As I said, we are now headed towards Stonehenge. That's the first one we're headed for. Then we are on towards Salisbury, also known from Salisbury Hill. So yeah, it's the incredibly good Peter Gabriel song. Climbing up on Salisbury Hill. Then we are moving on towards what's it called? The Mendip Hills area of outstanding beauty. I saw that on the map and I was like, I had to go there. We have to see that. Probably nothing, but I mean, that's a mouthful. That's funny. That we have to see that. I don't know who came up with that idea, but brilliant. Sir or madam, I salute thee. Slow clap. So it's yeah. And by the way, do not forget the coffee, guys. Now, I hope you all had a lovely New Year's Eve. I hope you all had a lovely Christmas. Of course, it was probably somewhat limited. But yeah, it is... Hey, Virtual NC, good to see you, man. What, you from New Zealand? Oh, man! A New Zealander, my first New Zealander. Virtual NC, thank you very much for joining me. I am so looking forward when I'm going to fly over New Zealand, over your lovely country. Man, I am so looking forward to that. I mean, yeah, okay. I have to admit it, and I have to explain a little bit. I am in about 3 years. No. I'm actually 1.5 years probably. I am very much a Lord of the Rings fanboy, Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings, and of course the original books. But yeah, New Zealand is going to be a total Lord of the Rings fanboy flight over your incredible, beautiful country. So yeah, and I'm really looking forward to that. But it is, as Flo stated, going to be quite a while because my motto is fly everywhere, see everything. I'm not kidding. I am flying everywhere. I am flying over every single country in the world. I am flying over and around the world. Yeah, low and slow, indeed. I'm doing it in that. So yeah, basically we are going everywhere, seeing everything, every country, and we are flying everywhere. So yeah, it is something Sky Vector. Yeah. So that's kind of like now. I do seem to botch that up, don't I? Yeah. And actually, you reminded me of it, Endalia. You reminded me of it. Oh God, I'm such a noob. Pro streamer right here. Yeah. So so there's that. Let me have a look. Well, the last time actually, Sky Vector. Yeah, it didn't work. I need to update that. You see, it's just a blank screen. No. 500, that's not good. So this might be a little bit easier. Why does it say 500? Yes! Yeah, it is going to be quite a while, Virtual NC. It is going to be quite a while, trust me, unfortunately. Let me show you what we are doing. Let me show you our harebrained scheme. Sign in and let's have a look. Oh, I have that open. That's nice. Sky Vector. What's a universe? And we do. Oh, I can do that. And then I have to log in. Yes. All right. Alrighty then. So there. I am going to show you my plan, my harebrained scheme, my total and complete and utter madness. Trust me. But I also have to keep an eye out where I am because we are nearing Stonehenge, and I want to see Stonehenge. I want to see the round circle of stones. Open that. That'll teach me to do 3 or 4 things at the same time. Shoni, you may talk as much as a woman, but you are not a woman. Hell, I'm not. I know. Alright, there we go. That's 1. That's 2. So they're down. There we go. What is the plan? I have a plan. But first off, hey VNC, good to see you, man. Kia ora, kia ora. I have no idea what that means, but I think it is a very nice meeting. Yeah, kia ora. Isn't that sorry, we switched. Don't. I don't talk much. Oh, okay. That's good. Yeah, a greeting. Yeah, exactly. A good health greeting. Exactly. Kia ora to you. And Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year. Yeah. Excellent, guys. Good to see you both here. Good to see you both. Glad you are here. Glad you can join me on this Flight of Madness. First off, though, before I'm going to show you what we are doing, I am going to see if we can find Stonehenge. It should be somewhere around here. Stonehenge, where art thou? Thou should be here. And of course it's typically British weather, so yeah, it's fogging up again. I am going to switch back and forth a little bit, because we do want to see the outside temperature. Because it is really misty out here and cloudy. Fly slower. Yeah, that's a good plan, actually. That is a good plan. It should be around here somewhere. I'm pretty sure. Let me have a look, guys. We should be nearing it. I want to see the stones. Yeah, exactly. Me too. I really do want to see Stonehenge. Never been, but yeah. Oh, there it is! Right down there! There it is, guys. That's Stonehenge. Stonehenge, right there.
500.
Yep. Well, you should. It's right there. Oh, hang on a tick. Oh god, I need to get the hang of this again. Let me see if I can change the weather. Just local clouds. Alright. Yeah, you are. Of course you are. Yeah, I forgot that. But there it is. Right down there. Stonehenge, guys. We found it.
500.
We found it. That's Stonehenge right there. Don't crash. No, I won't crash. I won't crash. Right there. That's Stonehenge. Now, we are moving on. I'm switching the weather back, though, because I want to do it mostly live.
500.
We are doing it. We are doing it live. We are doing it live. Yeah, what I did actually, Virtual NC, is I installed a.
500.
I usually install mods. So if we have a special scenery that we want to see, or a castle, or anything like that, or a city even, I install mods on my PC so to make sure that it looks as realistically as possible. That does backfire sometimes, though. We flew over Glasgow and Edinburgh. Actually, Edinburgh first and then over Glasgow. I installed both the mods for the sceneries for Edinburgh and Glasgow and turned my simulation basically into a slideshow. So that was really interesting. Yeah, that made the landing interesting. So, yeah. Now, let's switch to the Edge browser. There we go. Let me have a look. No, not by a long shot. Unfortunately, not by a long shot. But, however, this does not seem to load. That's really annoying. Oh, I need to make sure I am on course because I am off course. Of course. Why is this not? Oh, there it is. That's the. I need to update that. I need to update that. But that's not the. That's not what we are doing. That's actually what we did. Well, part of. What we are actually doing is low plan. Get ready for it. Get ready for it. Get ready for it. Still loading. There we are. Welcome to my madness. Well, our madness, actually, because it started out as my madness, and then you guys joined in and made it even worse. So, let's load that up a little bit. Let's close that. That is what we are doing, guys. As you guys can see, well, it is kind of hard to see, I think, but yeah, let's make that a little bit bigger. There we go. That's what we are doing. We are flying all around the world, flying to every single country in the world, seeing everything. I am not kidding. We are... Yeah, it is. It is. It's at least a year and a half of flying off. It is at least a year and a half of flying off, guys. What we are doing... No. It's basically the entire flight around the world has been calculated at about 3.5 years. About that. So 3.5, 4 years. So the thing is, at the moment, we are in England. We are then heading all the way down around Europe, flying all the way around Africa. Then we are flying around the Middle East, Southeast Asia, heading towards Australia, and then we are actually flying over in this little tub, in this tiny little Cessna 172, all the way around your lovely country. flying onwards. As I said, we are actually seeing everything. We are doing French Polynesia. We are then moving up back towards China, Japan. We are doing Russia. I have to switch in and out because the loading is really, really awful. And then we are moving on towards, let me have a look. We are then moving on towards Alaska. So we're doing Russia completely. Moving on towards North and South America. Flying all the way around North and South America. Even going so far as to go towards Antarctica. Heading back all the way up on the eastern coast. And then flying along Greenland towards Iceland, England, and then back towards the Netherlands, where I started 17 weeks ago. So yeah, that's basically, if as long as I'm not freezing over, yeah, that's going to be a thing, guys, and it's going to be a thing for quite a while, actually. But yeah, it is. That's basically what we are doing, guys. Yeah, time does fly. We've already been flying 17 weeks, guys. So yeah, surely flies time. Indeed. So yeah, it is quite a thing that we are actually doing. And the funny thing is that you guys actually can suggest points of interest. So if you have points of interest, please put them up in the Discord channel in the flight planning section, and you should be able to. I should be able to add them to my plan. At the moment, this is all planned in SkyVector, but JetCats is actually converting it to Little Nav. So if you guys want to upload this map into Little Nav, as soon as Jeff is done, it should be good. So yeah, you should be able to load it. But it is about 3.5 to 4 years if you want to fly this in a Cessna as I do. So yeah, make sure. Make sure you keep that in mind. It is 2100 hours of flight time at the moment. It is 220,000 nautical miles. That's 440,000 kilometers of flying. So basically, make sure that you actually have the time to do this if you commit to it, as I have. Why am I climbing as an crazy person? What's going on? I'm constantly climbing. I do not want to climb, but I am constantly climbing. So there we are. So yeah, it is going to be quite a while, guys, before I hit New Zealand. Yeah, you think, but no. It's not that bad, actually. 16 knots, so it shouldn't be that bad. It shouldn't be making me climb 400 or 500 feet. It should not be making me climb 400 or 500 feet, so I do not know what's going on. My trim is good. Really weird. So yeah, it is going to be quite interesting, and you guys can fly along with me if you want. That is not one problem. Yeah. Coming back from flying the 787. Yeah, well, as you can imagine then, flying around in a Cessna 172 at 120 knots right there, it's going to be interesting. No problem, man. No problem. If you want to hop on, please do so. You're always welcome. Everyone is free to hop on. As I said, this is all just, if you want to fly, please fly along. If you don't, or just want to lurk and watch, please do. If you want to join our Discord channel, nothing necessary you have to do. There's nothing that you have to commit to. Nothing. It's just us guys having fun with you. I'm having fun with you guys. Everyone is just happy to jump on and fly along if you want. So yeah, it is, as I said, it is just, it's all happy-go-lucky here. I mean, yeah, that's what it is. But do not forget to hydrate. Coffee, very important. But you being in New Zealand, that must be, it's quite late actually, right there at the moment. So yeah, thank you for joining me, man. This stream is just nothing. Well, it is quite a lot actually, Flo. It is quite a. It started out as nothing. Yeah. Oh, good lord. 2 a.m. Nearly 2 a.m. in the morning. Good lord, man, sir, I salute you. So, but yeah, it started out as a basically as just a little bit of fun. You know, not sure if what I wanted to do in this simulation. I wanted to see everything. Basically, I wanted to see a lot, and then it kind of grew from there. So it just became bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until we finally came to the point that yeah, we had to admit that this was actually a thing. I'm as far as I know, I'm the only idiot that's doing this at this level. Oh no, unfortunately no, no. I wish I was. I mean, actually, if I should ever migrate to another country, if I ever should want to live in another country, it's either New Zealand or Canada. The thing is, though, that as far as I know, in New Zealand, Christmas is in the summer, and that's a big thing for my wife. Yeah, she really needs snow at Christmas. So, but yeah, it is. Your country is so beautiful. I hope that one day I can go there. I really do. That's one of my my dreams, actually. Yeah. No snow ever. Yeah. You shouldn't be here as well. Yeah. Unfortunately, we are Dutch, so yeah, that's kind of a thing. But exactly, yeah. But it is what it is. But yeah. For Christmas, exactly. but I mean, the things we have seen on television, of course, and through the movies, the country is achingly beautiful. So I am really jealous of you being a Kiwi. Trust me, I am. Yeah, it looks awesome. It is awesome. Yeah, it is awesome. So yeah, it is. I am actually jealous of not being a Kiwi. I mean, yeah, great president. I mean, great country. You guys did exactly what you needed to do with COVID. So yeah, it's man, you are a shining beacon to the world. So, and I'm not kidding for that. Thank you very much for the follow there. Thank you very much. And I truly mean that. So. But yeah, it's I'm really looking forward. I mean, as I've said, you guys can give me points of interest to fly all around the world, no problem whatsoever. But New Zealand is mine. New Zealand is mine. I am so looking forward to that. I am so looking forward to that. And there are a lot of parts I'm looking forward to flying over. I mean, finally, we are now heading towards mainland Europe again. And I've been out of mainland Europe quite a while. We have flown over Central and Eastern Europe. We have flown up towards Scandinavia, done all that. So yeah, it is. Yeah, exactly. Well, that is actually a good point. Yeah. I go live at 1 o'clock Central European Standard Time. So I usually fly on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. From 1 o'clock Central European Standard Time to about 4 or 5 o'clock Central European Standard Time. So that's basically Paris time. So yeah, that's... unfortunately, I will be quite late for you. Yeah, sorry about that. So yeah. Hey, Captain Araj! Happy New Year, guys! Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Good to see you all again. Jan, Jamal, good to see you. Thank you for the raid. Thank you very much and welcome, guys. Thank you very much. Hello. I saw your present, by the way. Dang, guy. I mean, wow. I hope you really are enjoying the Happy Gregorian New Year. Exactly. Thank you very much. And same to you guys. I saw I have not seen the unboxing, but yeah, oh man, for those that do not know, Captain Arash got the Bravo throttle quadrant from Honeycomb. Oh my! So yeah, it is, yeah, exactly. No problem. Thank you for the sub there. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. He got a throttle quadrant from Honeycomb, the Bravo throttle quadrant, which looks so good. It's completely configurable. It's so sexy. It's so sexy. So yeah, and I don't call hardware sexy quite quickly actually, but yeah, it is. And you have a wonderful evening there, Virtual NC. Thank you very much for the join. And yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It is a thing, guys. It is definitely a thing. Those honeycomb things, they are wow. Yeah. It's yeah, it is pretty dang awesome. It is pretty dang awesome. So yeah, I hope you had a wonderful flight, and I hope you had a Slovenian spotter. Welcome to the channel, man. Hope you're having a wonderful time here. As I said, and as I explained already to Virtual NZ, we are at the moment flying everywhere, seeing everything. So we are flying around the world, yes, but we are doing everything. We are flying all over the place. So it's yeah. Yeah, it is so much better. But just to get me up to speed again, Captain Arash, you did not have a throttle quadrant, did you? At the moment. So this is basically your first throttle quadrant. No problem, man. Yeah, it is unfortunately Slovenian spotter. I know. It is what it is. It broke my heart when he went away, but yeah, that's the thing with pets, especially when they become older. You know, it is what it is. And but we have a new friend now. He's called Pippin, or Peregrine Took. And but we call him Pip for short. So yeah, it's he's slowly getting used to us. He's slowly getting used to us. A little guinea pig. Yeah, it's he wants second, third, and fourth breakfast as well. So he's well named, trust me. And if he doesn't get it, he starts screaming at the top of his little lungs. So yeah, it's yeah, your old throttle. Yeah, exactly. Your old Logitech joystick. Exactly. So now you're basically completely set. Do you also have a rudder setup as well? But yeah, it's guys, it is so nice to have a throttle quadrant. But that honeycomb throttle quadrant is my oh my. Ah, brilliant. So you're completely set now. Got intense at the end. What happened? And I do know intense. What happened? Hey, John Twitch. Good to see you, man. I am doing brilliant. Happy New Year, first of all. And thank you for joining us again. Man, yeah, I'm so glad to be back in the air. It has been quite a while, actually. So yeah, it's been nearly 2 weeks actually. Last week I was supposed to start streaming. Unfortunately, I had internet service provider issues, ISP issues, which was really annoying. So I couldn't stream. The one day that I could stream was the one day that they cut me off. But now I'm back. It's all up and running again, and it should not pose any problems in the near future. So it should be good. Fingers crossed, of course. But yeah, we are back. We are once again flying over England. I do hope I hear someone. Ah, Jamel, good to see you, man. There is Jamel in-game. He just joined up. Good to see you guys. Thank you for joining me in flight. As you know, you guys can fly along with me, so yeah. Happy rain, no visibility. Ooh, and no ILS. Ooh, that, yeah. I know how that feels. That's all I can say. I know how that feels, and it is scary. Have to make sure, by the way, guys, that we do not get up too high. It is freezing at the moment, so in our lovely British country, yeah. Well, sometimes you just have to indeed wing it. Well played, sir. Well played. Pun intended. But yeah, you do have to wing it. You had to do a go around. Wow. Okay, that's yeah. I'm pretty sure you were glad you had the honeycomb throttle, I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. That helps out so much. That helps out so much. But yeah, guys, I am looking forward to 2021. I'm not sure how you guys are thinking about 2021, but I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic. I think it's going to be a lot better this year for all of us. And let's keep those good vibes coming. Let's keep those good vibes coming. Just make sure that that we keep our hopes up and keep our dreams up. And as I said, I am back. I am looking into Oh, that's good to hear. Especially if it's a long runway, that makes it a lot easier. So yeah, but as I said, guys, it is yeah. I think it's going to be a good year. I think it's going to be a good year. And we are going to make a lot of progress. I'm hoping that by this time next year we will be exiting Africa actually. So yeah, seen a lot of Africa. The thing is with Africa, you can't fly that much around because most of the airports and airstrips are basically situated around the coast and not that much inland. They're very very hard to reach, as Captain Arash is now experiencing. He is at the moment flying in Africa. So yeah, exactly. Tell me about it. like I don't know. Yeah, well, so there's that. But yeah, but it is very very interesting flying around in Africa. I heard that the heat can also cause for problems, but as far as I know, it's funny there, Maud. But yeah, it's it's really interesting that you can't fly. Basically, you can only fly around the coastlines mostly. So flying inland is a thing, and there aren't that many high tech landing strips out there. It's all basically on the fly as you go. Yeah, it definitely harder to take off and climb. Exactly, that's what I heard, because the air is basically so hot and thin. It makes it harder to get power to the engines. So it's when you're flying in each weather type does basically have its own advantages and disadvantages, of course. I mean, flying around in weather like this, it's nice. It's not that bad. But yeah, if it starts to freeze, yeah, at the moment, as you guys can see, and this is the reason why I'm switching. If you see right there, it says 0 degrees outside temperature. So that's the outside temperature of my plane. If this goes below zero, so -1, my plane could start freeze up when we fly all along through clouds or through moisture. It starts to cling towards the plane, and you basically turn into a popsicle. On the other hand, if you fly in hot weather, you do not get as much power from the air that you usually want, or lift, and it will be harder to basically gain height. So yeah, it is tricky. It is tricky, guys. By the way, we are now flying over the Mendip Hills area of outstanding natural beauty. So yeah. Not that much appropriately named, I would say. It's pretty, but yeah, outstanding beauty. No, I wouldn't go there. But still, the name itself, you have to go there. You have to go there. That's. And now we are headed up towards Cornwall, guys. We are flying along towards Land's End right now. The most southwestern tip of Great Britain, aka the UK in this case. So yeah, it's not Norway. No, it isn't. Actually, Norway is compared to this. Norway is a lot prettier. Actually, a lot more dangerous as well, but pretty as well. Norway is Norway was a thing, guys. Norway definitely was a thing. I had a lot of fun flying in Norway, but it was also a thing. Trust me. I mean, it was freezing in Scandinavia. A lot of low-hanging clouds. So basically, navigating around, as I said, like a popsicle. That really taught me a lot about flying in freezing and very very moisture conditions. So basically, clouds and stuff like that. It is a thing. Trust me, it is a thing. And Captain Arash already warned me of that. So yeah, it was, it was definitely a thing. So yeah, it's. But now today, this is not a problem. This is, it's like easy. So yeah, it's. But we are making great progress, by the way, guys. We are making great progress. I mean, Fortunately enough, the weather is not that bad. This is live weather. I am flying in at the moment. I am trying to keep it at about 2,000 feet. Round and about. That should be good enough. And it is looking pretty, guys. Look at that. I have missed these views. I truly missed these views. What is that over there? I think we found a glitch. We found a glitch right there. Yep. There's the glitch. I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to be there. I'm pretty sure that will be resolved in about 3 weeks' time. So the thing is that I was hoping that they would update Great Britain before I would leave it. Unfortunately, it's coming Friday. I think I will be flying from England towards Belgium. So yeah, it's yeah. No problem, man. I will be back on your streams as well. So don't worry, my friend. Don't worry. Thank you for seeing you again. And yeah, I am glad to be back, man. I am glad to be back. So have an incredible day, my friend. Have an incredible day. Give my love to Emma and send her as well a Happy New Year. So make sure to do that. So cheers, my friend. So yeah, it's been a strange few weeks, guys. As I said, I wasn't streaming during Christmas, of course. So bye bye, my friend. I wasn't streaming during Christmas, and I wouldn't be streaming on New Year's Eve and on New Year's Day. So yeah, thank you very much there, Indalia. Exactly, big shout out to him. So yeah, it's I am back to stay, my dear. I am back to stay. Oh, trust me, I never went anywhere. The thing was, however, that yeah, you know, with the holidays, it is a funny few weeks. So yeah, it's no problem, no problem. I am here to divert all your problems and put a smile on your face. That's the most important thing. But yeah, it's as I said, guys, it has been an interesting few weeks. There you go, and so unfortunately, that meant that that my streaming schedule was kind of all over the place, and then we had, of course, the last week we had the issue with the internet, so I couldn't stream at all. But now I am back, and I will be back each Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. We will be flying again. You will be hearing yapping my ass off again, as always. And yep, I will not and shall not shut up. So there's that. But yeah, we are doing great right now. We are already quite on our way towards Cornwall. We will then be flying along Watergate Bay towards Land's End. So we are actually making good progress. I was a little bit afraid that we would be having problems with the weather, but yeah, I am so glad to be back, John. I am really, really glad to be back, man. I've missed this, you know. When I started, let's continue flying everywhere. We are flying everywhere. We are seeing everything. Oh, look at that lovely coastline right there. And he was once again, yeah. There. Oh, that's a nice beach, actually. That is really a nice beach. Huh. Interesting. But yeah, it's as I said, guys. It's been a hectic few weeks, but we are returning to normal again. And yeah, you know, we do have to continue this flight. We can't stop. We can't stop. There is no stopping us. Don't stop me now. So yeah, it's you know, it's. I really, really, really want to fly everywhere, see everything. I want to do this. I really do want to do this. So trust me, I will be here for you guys and making sure that that we will finish this flight. We will finish this flight. And if you want to fly along, as Jamel is doing right there, he's right there. If you want to fly along with me, you can. Just hop on the West European server. We are now flying along the basically from Bristol towards Cornwall. You should see us on the map. It should be no problem. Hey, back. Good to see you back, man. Good to see you. I am excellent, actually. I am really, really good. Yeah, it's been a hectic few weeks, and of course there are then the holidays that were there. So once again, Happy New Year to all you guys, because it is my first stream of the new year, and yeah, it's. I'm glad to be back. That's the main thing. I am glad to be back, guys. That's yeah. As I said, I was really looking forward to start streaming today once again. Just having a little bit of fun with you guys, flying along, continuing my flight finally along the British coast, and flying all the way onwards towards Belgium, towards the mainland. Next Friday we will be. Yeah, I missed you too, man. I missed you too. I missed you too, Jamal. Really, I did. I missed all of you guys. You know, it's. As I said, it is. I try to keep you updated and anything. Hey, radio DJ. Oh, excellent, man. Good to see you. Good to hear that your PC got repaired. I didn't even know it was broken, but yeah, thank God it got repaired. So, and I missed you too, guys. I missed you quite a lot. So it's good to have you guys back. It is good to have you guys back, and we are once again continuing our incredible, idiotic, brilliant, bizarre flight around the world. So it's yeah, flying along all the way along the British coastline right now, having a blast of a time, guys. It is so much fun to be back. I am so glad to be back. Yeah, it's oh, very nice. Oh, that is very nice. That's going to help you out quite a lot there, Mod. It's going to help you out quite a lot. Good to hear. So yeah. But as of now, we are still heading up towards Land's End. Actually, we are flying along the coastline towards Land's End, and it should be. I mean, let's face it. AMD is really making good processors these days. There is Jamel right there, flying along with me, side by side. So it's yeah. As I said, guys, you can just simply hop on and make sure that you are on the Western European server. Fly along with me, and it's yeah, it's yeah, that B550. You should have that at least. Yeah, it's yeah. Ah, okay. Yeah, that yeah. Well, the thing is, the frame drops is a thing indeed. It's I am unfortunately I have not had that many problems with it. But it is a combination of yeah, CPU power is very important, especially if you're running things like OBS and stuff like that. So it's you have to make sure that that your PC actually has the power to run both the game you want to play and OBS, because you need the streaming platform, or have a specialized dedicated either device to stream or a second PC. There are not that many people doing it actually, so yeah, I think there are even one or two people who actually use one PC to play the game, one PC to encode, and one PC to stream even. So a 3 PC setup, but that's only that's really a bit too much. Yeah, that's a little bit of overkill right there. But yeah, it is especially certain OBS versions can be very CPU heavy. As I said, I do not have that big of a problem with it. In my case, at the moment, it's taking up 3.6% of my CPU. It really doesn't register, so yeah. But then again, I have a beast of a PC, so yeah, let's face it. Don't want to brag, but actually I am. So, actually. But yeah, it's... It especially if you start streaming, it can be a little bit. Make sure that your PC can handle it. If your PC is kind of maxed out with the game itself, I don't recommend streaming. Yeah. Hey Dennis, good to see you, man. Yeah, exactly. That's what a lot of more the professional streamers do actually. Basically have a stream PC and a dedicated stream PC and a PC that they game on. So the one is basically encoding and streaming, and the other one, and you have one PC that's fully dedicated to your game. In my case, because my PC is that powerful at the moment, it's really not an issue. For me, it's not an issue. I can do both on one PC. So yeah. Other than should my PC ever crash, I lose everything. But yeah, it's. But as of now, and by the way, Dennis, hope you had a wonderful New Year. Happy New Year to you. But yeah, it's exactly as you said. It is. There are a few options out there. And there's also, I think there are a few dedicated machines. I think there's one from, I think Razer has made one. I think there are a few more that are now coming out. Basically dedicated little streaming PCs that encode your what are you doing, Jamal? Basically, they are encoding your stream. You could also use that, for instance, to stream things like console, so PS4, Xbox, Nintendo, if you got it. But yeah, it's yeah, it kind of depends on what you're doing. It kind of depends on what you're playing, of course. That helps out quite a lot. So yeah, it helps out quite a lot. But as of now, guys, we are now flying towards Minehead, onwards towards Linton, along the coastline, and then moving up towards basically Watergate. So we are now heading towards Cornwall, and then onwards toward Land's End. From Land's End, we are hopping over to the Eastern Isles. Those are actually two tiny islands which both have airstrips on them. Not that we're landing there, but they do. But yeah, then we are flying on towards St. Michael's Mount. It is the counterpart of the French Mount Saint-Michel. Yeah, it's kind of like a church monastery in the middle of the water. So during the tide you can ride over it, and once the tide's up again, you can't. Basically, you need a boat. So. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting flight, guys. I was trying to land in Plymouth, and there used to be an airport in Plymouth. However, that apparently is closed. It does, however, still show up in the game, in the simulation. It does show up as a working airport, but it's no longer there. So I skipped it to make sure that I even believe they built a housing project on it. I think most of it's already gone. So yeah, there are apartment blocks right there. But in the game, apparently, it's still there. So yay, Bing Maps. that's not correct. I am pretty sure that will be corrected during the upcoming update. That will be on the I think the 23rd, 22nd of this month, if I'm not mistaken. Let me have a look. 26th or 27th. So keep an eye out for that. That will be the UK World Update. Then there will also be, of course, a new bush flight and stuff like that. Usually, then the bush flight starts coming in, and the British tour. I'm pretty sure we already did the British tour. There's not much that they can do that we haven't already seen, I'm thinking. So yeah, so with a bit of luck, next Friday we will be flying up to London. I've downloaded and bought the Orbix London scenery, and so a lot of buildings should be there. The Gherkin should be there, of course. The walkie-talkie building should be there. I mean, thing looks horrible in my opinion, but the Gherkin I can still get. I mean, it's kind of cool, but the walkie-talkie, it's kind of misshapen, like a Down syndrome building. I don't know what it's. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's really weird. And of course, there will be the Parliament building and stuff like that. So we will be seeing that in all its glory. I will be flying the length of the Thames, then heading over towards Dover, and finally moving on towards Belgium. I'm not sure if I can make Belgium, but next Friday. But we're going to have a look and see if we can get there. So it's going to be interesting indeed. I am looking forward to flying over London. But basically, the UK tour, or the United Kingdom tour that is coming out with the new update, well, we've done that and more. I'm thinking, and much more. So yeah, there won't be that many things that we haven't seen. So then we are moving on towards Belgium and Luxembourg, and then onwards to France, flying all the way across France, hoping to see a lot of beautiful things. Moving on then towards Spain, Portugal, of course, Gibraltar. So we're going to see a lot of things. Jamel flying there along with us. As I said, guys, if you want to join me, you can. It is free flight forever. So yeah. Yes, I am all over the world. As I said, it is basically fly everywhere, see everything. That's exactly fly everywhere, see everything. That's what we're doing. And that's why it's taking so long, guys. I mean, I am flying in a Cessna basically because I want to do it low and slow. So we do have these beautiful, incredible sights that we sometimes can see. Or most of the times actually can see. I mean, look at that. The coastline of England right there. It is so pretty, and the game is still amazing to me. It is the simulation is so amazing to me. It is incredible. I mean, on each update it gets better and better and better. Last update they implemented snow, so if you no, the thing is that mod that. If you fly, if you have a lot of people flying online, of course they have to. The game has to render it, so that takes up a lot of CPU power. And what I usually do is I install custom-made sceneries, and they can get up to about a gigabyte of memory. So each in some cases. So they get really big and they are really tough to load. So yeah, that's the thing. And even on my PC, I'm running this on a Core i99 with a 2080 Ti, and it's running off a M.2. So it's and still it struggles sometimes. It struggles. But the thing is, what they usually do is they make a 3D copy from yeah, exactly. They make a 3D copy from Google Maps. They export that to Blender, make a certain area that they want to implement into the game, and then you can basically install it like a mod. So it's basically modding your flight simulator, which is what a custom built scenery is. And yeah, they can get really big, but the scenery does give a realistic representation of the area. I mean, that's exactly what it is. It is on the one hand a shame that they use the Bing Maps, and I'll keep saying this. On the one hand, it's a blessing. On the other hand, it's a bit of a shame. Of course, the Google Maps area, Google Maps data is much more accurate. But let's face it, Microsoft does not have any access to that. That's Google, and it's not like Google was going to say, "Oh, sure, you're making this great game here. You have all our map data for free." That's not what's going to happen. So, so yeah, it's unfortunately, and the guys at the Sobo know this. They know this. So yeah, it's you know, it's a kind of a trade-off. You know, we do get these beautiful, incredible sceneries right here. I mean, what you have here is very realistic. Let's face it. I mean, the roads that should be there are there. The fields look exactly like that. The towns are there, so it's all there. You know, it's all there. But it also means that, unfortunately, because the Bing Maps are very outdated, in some cases even up to 5 years, guys. Yeah, there are issues with it. They are, however, working on improving these maps. So we already, of course, had the America update. We had the Japan update. We now are getting the Great Britain update. So they are working very hard to improve it. And I'm thinking they were looking into dynamic updates. So if something changes in the real world, they would implement that change much more quickly. Of course, there are things like seasons coming up, which are going to add to the realism. I mean, in this case, it looks accurate, but it's not that green right there right now. I'm telling you, it's not that green. I mean, this is at the moment, of course, it's more a representation of summer or spring than anything else. So it looks kind of off still, and if they are going to implement seasons, that would help out quite a lot. They already did, of course, with a small patch, a 500 megabyte patch, the implementation of snowfall. So if snow should start falling here, you should be able to see it. It should basically build up, which is really cool. And yeah, it's going to be a lot better in the coming years, guys. It is going to be much better. And with a bit of luck, we will no longer be needing custom-made sceneries that are imported from Google Maps, because those are really processor heavy. So yeah, it is going to be with a bit of luck, it's going to be a lot better. I think I just lost Jamal. Jamal, where art thou? Yep, he's gone. Oh no, there he is, in the distance, right there. Jamal is still with us, right there. Yep. So if you guys want to join us, he's behind me. Yeah, exactly. He's behind me. I saw it. I found you. I found you. But yeah, guys, it's if you guys want to join me, you can. You can simply follow along with me, have a little bit of fun. I'm going to see if there is still a... Oh, we are actually in freezing conditions right now, guys. We are in freezing conditions. Glad I put on the pedal heat. By the way, turn off the landing lights. We don't need that. So it's yeah, it is big summer blowout. Why do you want me to say big summer blowout? But yeah, it's we are now headed towards let me see, we are flying towards Cornwall. So we're now heading up towards Cornwall along the coast. We are then moving towards Watergate Bay. No, I have not. I have not. No, I have never seen Frozen. I know of Frozen, of course, I know of Frozen. I've never seen Frozen. So... Nope. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting year to come, guys. We already, of course, had the virtual reality update, and I'm hearing a lot of interesting things. People who are saying that the immersion is so much cooler. People that are flying large, yeah, the film, yeah. People that are flying large commercial aircraft that say that the immersion is so much better. It is so much cooler to fly along in that with a virtual headset. Yeah, I hear a lot of good things from the virtual reality patch. That one was free, of course. Now the next upcoming Great Britain update is free, so it's yeah, they are doing quite a few things. We are still waiting for a lot of third-party developer planes to come out, but I am pretty sure that they will be coming out next year. And yeah, it's yeah, that's the one, yeah. Cheers, by the way, guys. So yeah, it's going to be a really interesting year. I heard they want to try and implement gliders this year, so that's also a thing. Yeah. Yeah, there is a Eurofighter made. However, Dennis, it is kind of a more like a mod thing. So it's not actually a third-party plane. It's been created by enthusiasts, like the way kind of like Fly-by-Wire started out. Although Fly-by-Wire went the extra mile, let's face it. And but it's more, it's not really. I think it's like more like kind of skin and an adjustment of a few parameters of an existing plane. I think it's based on the citation, if I'm not mistaken. So But it is, you can actually download it, install it, and then fly it. So yeah, it is, and I hear it's pretty okay actually. But they are going for a lot more. Of course, the actual planes that we are waiting for, the third-party developer planes like the big aircraft, they should be coming out this year. To be honest, I was expecting that a few would be out already. But they haven't. I heard that they were working on the Concorde. I think there are 3 third-party developers that are actually working on the Concorde right now. So yeah, it's going to be a very, very interesting year. Basically, this is the year that, in my opinion, that the simulation will start to earn its stripes. We are now seeing basically the stabilization of the platform itself. The bugs that are slowly but steadily being removed, the glitches that are slowly but steadily being removed. I think with the upcoming patch, they are also patching the autopilot problems with the G1000 and G3000. So yeah, it's yeah, they are going to actually, Dennis. They are. What they are doing is, I think that yes, I will. Gracias, señor. What they are doing is, I think that there is coming out a F-15 plane, a F-14 Tomcat, and the F-18 Hornet are coming out. They are working on a Spitfire at the moment. Those I know for sure. But there are a lot of, and there are I think a few other planes are also coming out. So yeah, they are working on military planes, and of course there will be coming out military versions of freight large third party Odin. No, it's not. Well, yeah. You mean the thing is with official content, I see third party developers as kind of official content. So they are licensed by Asobo and by Microsoft. So yeah, it's basically they will be you will be able to buy them in the marketplace. So that's definitely going to happen. But and I kind of see that like official content that you have to buy, and but it is going to be very, very, very interesting, to say the least. There are a lot of interesting things coming out this year, guys. So yeah, it is going to be. As I said, this is, in my opinion, this year is going to be the year that Microsoft Flight Simulator will earn its stripe, will set its baseline, and will start to become very attractive for X-Plane 11 and P3D players, when the large third-party airplanes will be coming out. So the commercial aircraft. Then I think you will start to see the shift from those kind of flight simulators towards Microsoft Flight Simulator, and see the community even grow even quicker. So yeah, especially because you do not need any kind of visual downloads, third-party downloads for to make the world look as great as it does. I mean, this is constantly and freely updated. And there will be coming updates for third-party developers, I'm sure. I am sure. But for sceneries and stuff like that, towns. But not like it is currently available in X-Plane 11 and P3D. Definitely not. I mean, you can get a very, very nice view. Jamel, right, still there with us. I heard you buzzing about, my friend. By the way, Jamel, if you want to have another livery or a special livery that you have, make sure to upload it, and I will implement it in the game. Just as a friendly gesture right there. But yeah, it is going to be. It takes quite a bit of money to actually make X-Plane 11 look really good. I mean, there are a very, very lot of. The thing is, Odin, as I said, it's not so much they have the better planes. X-Plane 11 has been around for quite a long time, and has been supported for 6 or 7 years by third-party developers. So if you place that into context with the current release of Microsoft Flight Simulator, which has been here for about 4 months, I mean, we are still basically waiting for those third-party developers to release the planes they have now available in X-Plane 11 and in Prepared to become available for Flight Simulator. So I can imagine that if you are a very well-invested X-Plane 11 player or a hey, thank you for the raid there, Don Don. Good to see you, man. Happy New Year. Hello, my friends. Hope you are having a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. Hope you're having a wonderful day. So, Zach, good to see you guys. So, hiya, Raiders. Good to see you. So it's going to be very interesting to see the coming year what they are going to develop and going to see what's going to happen on the Microsoft front. But I'm pretty sure it's going to explode. I am pretty sure it's going to explode. I mean, if you do not need to invest into sceneries like this, all you need to do is invest in the planes themselves. And some of them can go up to 100, 120 euros, dollars. Freedom money. Thank you very much for the hydrate. So it's yeah, you know, it's whatever currency you're paying. It is quite a lot of money. But the thing is, I had a discussion recently once again with someone about this who did not quite understand how this works and called it DLC. You know, I don't want to pay that much for DLC. You don't have. First of all, it's not DLC. What you do is you pick and choose. So you pick and choose your plane, you stick with that plane, you learn the ins and the outs of the plane, and you fly that plane constantly. And basically that is what you do. So that means that you do not buy everything. Of course, if you want to buy everything, go buy everything. That's up to you. I mean, I can't look into your wallet, and so if you want to do that, I mean, you do you, you know. Somebody's yuck is another man's yum, you know. So yeah, it's yeah, I am in 3 months exactly. But yeah, it's thank you for the sub there, Flo. Thank you very much. I truly appreciate that, man. I truly appreciate that. Hey, Kason, good to see you, man. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I am now at the moment flying along the British coastline. I will zoom out in the map. You can see right there. That's where we are right now. We are at the moment flying along the British coastline, heading towards Land's End. So yeah, and this is live weather, by the way. In Great Britain, we are having sunshine in Great Britain. Finally. Anyway, but yeah, it's looking great at the moment, guys. We have Jamel right there. If you guys want to fly along, come along with me. I am on the West European server, so yep. Just look me up. I should be flying along the coastline. So it's yep, and that's the one. Free Flight Friday. It used to be the FFF command. You can go to the Discord channel and download the flight plan. It is the last flight plan, so flight plan 34. It's kind of weird because it was supposed to be used actually Friday 2 weeks ago. That didn't happen. Then I was going to do it on Wednesday. 43, yeah, sorry. 43, exactly. I was doing it Wednesday, then my internet service provider kicked out, so I couldn't fly again. And finally we are doing it. But yeah, with a bit of luck, this week it means that we are leaving Great Britain and headed towards Belgium. By the way, Don Don, I hope you had a wonderful stream, my friend. So yeah, did you put up the YouTube videos? No, because I am a lazy bastard. Yeah, that's yeah. So that's me. No, I still have to do that, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's horrible. I know. There will come a time when I'm just uploading everything for days on end, just days on end. But yeah, it is going to be a thing. So it's once again pro streamer right here. Yeah, that's me. So, but yeah, it's as of now, we are, with a bit of luck, we can finally leave eclectic chat topics. Yeah. Great, good to hear, man. Good to hear. So yeah, it's. I see you've been streaming Mud Runner a little bit, but yeah, it's. No, it actually, yeah, it will be hours for 34 Snow Runner, yeah. But it's going to be a thing. But lives in Snow Runner right now, driving around in trucks. But then again, what's the difference with driving around, flying around in planes? It's good to hear, man. It's always good to hear to see you're having fun in the game. That's the most important thing, man. You know me. You know me. I mean, having fun in a game, it is pretty dang awesome. It is pretty awesome. Yeah. Oh, really? With Flo and... oh, excellent. Funny. Good. But yeah, guys, it's always nice to have a little bit of fun. Snow is don't go. But yeah, it's... but it's good to see you, man. It's good to see you. And I'm glad to be back. I am glad to be back, man. I was really, really missing this. And we are continuing. We are continuing where we left off, which means Bristol and then onwards towards, in this case, Exeter. I was about to land in Plymouth. However, there is an airport in Plymouth, which is shown in the flight simulator. But it's no longer there. So, yeah, I had to continue on to Exeter, unfortunately. But it is what it is. No problem. It is what it is. We are making good time. We are flying at quite a nice speed right there. And it is a beautiful, beautiful weather along the British coast. Actually, look at that, guys. It is completely breaking up. It is very nice, actually. We are now heading towards Cornwall. Actually, we are flying already, I think, over Cornwall, if I'm not mistaken. And then we are onwards towards Land's End, flying over towards the Eastern Isles, and then heading back via St. Michael's Mount towards the Roseland Heritage Coast, which should be pretty beautiful, actually. So yeah, so that's going to be a very nice flight, especially in weather like this. So it's I'm having fun. I'm glad to be back, guys. I'm glad to be up in the air again, flying all around, having a little bit of fun with you guys, and yeah. There is a fix for the weather bug, actually. There is. Please do tell. Please do tell. Please share your wisdom with us, my friend. Dang, really? Oh, that makes me... That just brought a smile to my face. Finally, they fixed it. They fixed it. Yes. A workaround. Ah, okay. So, what's the workaround? Other than rebooting your PC or rebooting your game, actually. Because that was basically the workaround. And making sure that I do not... Yeah, it is -1 at the moment, but that's fine. That's fine. As long as we're not in the clouds, we're fine. We are fine. And the first thing that came up are clouds. So yeah, those are really not good right now. So I am heading a little bit lower. Set clear skies. Yeah, okay. And then you can switch back towards light weather, or... Ah, okay, so if you... Ah, so you basically, you start out with clear skies, and in... as soon as you're on the tarmac, you switch towards... if you always load with clear, it always works. Oh, that's good to hear. That is actually good to hear. Yeah, that makes testing a little bit easier. Because usually what I did, if I installed a lot of custom-made sceneries, I wanted to check out to see how the game is loading and still is running well. Unfortunately, then I had to turn off the game and turn it back on again. So yeah, basically I had to go back towards restart the sim basically, and that helped. But if you say that works, that's a good thing to hear. Start in clear skies, then switch to live weather. Thanks, man. That's good. That's actually quite brilliant. And an easy fix, to be honest. And if it works, it works. You do not hear me complaining. Ah, look at that, guys. The incredible British coastline right there. Dang. It looks so pretty. This sim, it still takes my breath away each and every time. I mean, I am so glad to be flying again. It's just amazing. It is truly amazing, guys. I am so happy to be back. I'm back! It is so cool. It is so cool. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, she is. Not much beach area. No, there isn't actually. No, you'd think, but no. Yeah, that's a good. That's sharp of you, Dennis. Very sharp. Yeah. Although there are a few beaches coming up apparently. The one is the Watergate Bay, and that's supposed to be a very touristy area. So that's coming up, but not. It could be that it's kind of iffy, you know, that the coastline, like right there, that's not kind of correctly, so it's kind of cut off. But usually it's pretty accurate. It is pretty accurate. Yeah, and Cadilu is now. Unfortunately, Cadilu is feeling a little bit sick today. So yeah, surfing area. Ah, that explains it. Yep. That especially Westgate Bay, if I'm not mistaken. That's Watergate Bay. Excuse me, it's Watergate Bay. That's apparently a very hot spot for surfing in the UK. So yeah. But unfortunately, Cadilu is a little bit ill today. Yeah, she lost her voice, which is very good for me because I can't hear her speak. Yay! So it's enjoy the sound of silence. So, and at the moment, she is once again back to studying. So it is yeah. She's off my back. No, that's not fair. She's never on my back. Yeah. You haven't heard silence since you were born. Yeah, I started crying, then started yapping, basically, yeah. And I am in love with the sound of my own voice. Yeah, that's a little bit too much. But yeah, it's speech. No, you know me, I never shut up. Never! Never, I say! By the way, if you yap as much as I do, I use water to lubricate. A lovely, lovely beverage. A few moments later. Yeah. But this, yeah, this is looking really good. We are now heading on Padstow. Is that Padstow? Padstow. Padstow is right there. That should be Padstow. Right down there, and we are moving on towards Newquay, and that should be over there. And that should basically, beyond Newquay, we are then flying along the Watergate Bay, heading up towards Land's End, and then on towards the Eastern Isles, Newtown. Then fly back towards Land's End, and try to find St. Michael's Mound. Mount. Newquay. It's called Newquay? I thought it was called Land's End. But I could be mistaken. I am not British. So, yeah. And as of now, we are still running quite nicely. It is beautiful weather here. I am flying on Newquay. Ah, Newquay. Oh, Newquay. Ah! You pronounce it as Newquay. Why don't they spell it like Newquay? Dumb Brits. So it's. I am using, as you guys can see, live weather. It's Newquay. Ah, okay. Thank you for the correction. Why do they spell it like Quay? It says Quay, not Key. Quay. Spell it like K. Key. 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 It's weird. But then again, thank God it's not Wales. I mean, good Lord, I cannot even start to pronounce that. And I'm from the Netherlands. I mean, we do have a lot of and stuff like that in there. So yeah, it's because. because reasons. So it's because English. Yeah. Yeah, the Frisian of England. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's like a totally, completely different language. It's exactly, exactly. But yeah, it doesn't matter. It is still a beautiful country, and I'm glad I have a lot of English, Scottish friends, people I know from Wales, Irish. You know, it's all good. It's all good. You know, it's all good. We are one big happy worldly family. it's, and we are enjoying the British countryside. Oh look, they do have beaches. Millions of beaches. Beaches for me. Right there. So, as I said, guys, at the moment we have Jamel right there. If you want to fly along, no problem. You can. I am on the Western European server. Just hop on and fly along. Fly along with me. So it's, yeah. No problem whatsoever. Beaches. Yeah. Millions of beaches. Beach right there. It's a beach. Well, kinda. It's kind of a beach. Hey, Jeff. Good to see you, man. First of all, Happy New Year. And hope you're having a wonderful day. By the way, guys. Hey, Mitch. It's not a beach. It's not. Looks like a beach. Beach. Kind of beachy. Right there. But yeah, it's. By the way, guys, I forgot to ask who eventually won the cannonball run. Who won the cannonball run? Actually, do you know? Crocodile. That's not a beach. This is a beach. I see where you're getting there, Midge. I see where you're getting there. The Crocodile Dundee. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Yeah, it does. It does. It does. Son of a beach. Yes. New key right here. Apparently, it's called New Key. See, I can learn. Not just a hat rack. It's. And we are now actually nearing Land's End, right there in the distance, guys. So yeah, it's. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's, thank you. You're a lovely audience. It's, and we are now, as I said, we are heading towards. Well, so there's that. And we are moving. It is clearing up completely, guys. Look at that. This is so un-British. It is so un-British, but it is freezing at the moment. So yeah, it is freezing. It is freezing. So we do have to make sure that yeah, that we don't get caught up in any clouds or any stuff like that. But there are no clouds in the near vicinity. Yay! So it's yeah. My time, it was 15 hours 5 minutes, but not included as a winner anymore, as I did not restart at the moment. Ah, dang. Ah, that's a shame to hear, because I heard that when you crashed, Jeff, you were actually first, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. Oh, that's such a shame. That is such a shame, man. All that effort. Oh, dang. Oh, I would have loved for you to have won. I really would have. Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine that you didn't want to do redo the 3 hours of flying. Yeah, yeah, I can imagine that. Yeah. Especially after flying such a long time. I was talking to Captain Arash and Don Don, by the way, when they were flying, and especially Captain Arash, he had a lot of problems. Rules are rules, indeed. He had a lot of I was talking to him, and he said to me that if he had known it was that much of an effort, he probably wouldn't have flown the Cannonball Run. So it's seventh place. The seventh place won the rudder panels. Didn't? Oh, okay. That's kind of weird. Yeah. I've won it anyway. So why did the seventh place person won then? Oh, it was like a raffle. Oh. Uh-huh. Interesting. You higher score got more entries. Okay. That's how it worked. Interesting. Not how I would have done it. I mean, I kind of thought that the one person who came in first and flew it the quickest would have won. Kind of makes sense, but yeah, it's oh, so basically everyone could have won it, or was it just the top 10 or something like that, or kind of a weird system actually. Interesting. Everybody. Oh, okay. So basically it didn't matter if you actually came in first or last, eventually. Anyone who finished, yeah, okay. Well, it's kind of nice that they include everyone. However, then it's not really a race. Yeah, but okay. Ah, you just had 1 point. Okay, so yeah, okay. Well, bit of a shame. Bit of a shame, yeah. Yeah, okay, so if you finished higher, the more points you got, and the bigger the chance you get to actually win the rudder, yeah. No. It's, yeah. I can see what you're, yeah, I can see where you're going with that, Don. It's, yeah. Just four, not too many people had 4 knots of wind. I'm pretty sure there weren't 4 knots of wind at that moment. I mean, I've seen the chart. I talked with Jeff about the charts, and it was really, it was like gusting. It was gusting in some places. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. As I said, I mean, I was looking at the maps, and yeah, 50 knots headwind. Exactly. Yeah, there was a lot of headwind going on. Talking about headwind, actually, I think. Yeah, I still have tailwind. That's why I'm going that quickly. Nice. Yeah. Well, I think, you know, the thing is, I can see why they tried this. I mean, it's really nice that they tried it and made it available. I mean, that's really good. I mean, kudos, man. That's really awesome that they're, yeah. Really? That should not be possible. That should not be possible. I mean, the Cessna is good, but it's not that good. Not that good. Definitely. I mean, I am still flying at 132 airspeed, but I have like 15 knots tailwind. So yeah, that's the reason why. But if you have headwind, you're like at basically at maximum you're flying 110 if you're lucky at full power. So that means if you're flying full power, you really have to conserve your fuel, and you can only fly for like 4 hours. Trust me, I know from experience. So yeah, it's I mean, and I think that in the future, yeah, that's not possible. That's not possible. Definitely not possible. That's not possible. The 172 cannot keep up with the pits. No way. It can't. I think the bits is going like 160. If I'm not mistaken, cruise speed is like 160. If I'm so there's no way you can do that. There's no way you can do that in a 172. It would basically, you'd be basically flying 160, 170 in a Cessna. That would completely ruin your airframe. That will basically break up your airframe. Because you're overspeeding constantly. You're overspeeding constantly. That will basically kill your plane. I mean, I do it certain times. Like 130, 140, up to 150. But yeah. Well, it is true. It is true, Mod. It is actually what's going on, yeah. Uh, no, yeah, I know. But the thing is, I am flying, Jeff, I'm flying towards Land's End, then onwards towards the, I'm always flying the scenic route. So, yeah, Shoney scenic route gaming. But it's, what I am doing is I'm flying towards the Eastern Isles first, then back towards St. Michael's Mount, so back towards Land's End, then back towards over St. Michael's Mount, then along the Heritage Coast toward Plymouth, and then onwards towards Exeter. I was going to land in Plymouth, and there is a airport showing up in the flight simulator in Plymouth, but in real life it's no longer there. So I couldn't basically find it on Navigraph, and had to move over towards Exeter. So, yeah. Really, yeah, and the eastern part of the Netherlands is expecting snow. So, yeah, I want snow too. Does your first crash also count for this? How do you mean that, Mod? Yes, I do want snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Oh, the weather outside is... Hey, Jeff, there he is! We also have Jeff with us, right down there. Taking off. Actually, I think that's a glider field, actually. Hey, Grey Buddy, good to see you, man. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. Hey, there's my wife, Cornelu. Yep, she's here. Mrs. Shoney Gaming is also here. And, by the way, Happy New Year. Yeah, that's the one. Great buddy, Happy New Year. Yeah, I am so glad to be back, guys. I really am glad to be back. I've missed this. I have missed this. Flying along with you guys, having a little bit of fun. Jeff is up, is taking off, I think, right there. And we have Jamel right there in the distance. So, yeah. Go to Norway. Yeah, exactly. Snow here. Yeah, man, I really missed it. I really missed it. And the thing was, you know, I was supposed to also stream on last Wednesday. Unfortunately, my internet provider cut out. So yeah, it's one of those days. You know, it apparently 2020 was the year of Murphy. Anything that could go wrong did go wrong. So it's let's make 2021 a beautiful shining beacon of the way it's supposed to go. And it is looking good, guys. It is looking good. With a bit of luck, we can get this dang virus under control finally, and we can return to a little bit of normalcy. So, hey, Ron Solo, good to see you. Welcome to the channel, man. Hope you're having a wonderful day. And yeah, exactly. Positive vibes. That's the one, Radio DJ. Positive vibes. Exactly that. Exactly that. So, yeah, it's... by the way, guys, this is the most southern tip, southwestern tip, actually, of Great Britain. It's right there. Right? That's the most southeastern tip of the mainland of Great Britain. Right there. Land's End. Coming up. But yeah, it's, as I said, Happy New Year. Let's make this a great one, guys. Let's make this a great one. By the time next year, we are flying out of Africa. Let's hope that that's a thing. Let's hope we can make that work. By the way, how cold is it outside? It is -4! It is freezing! Yeah, I was figuring as much. But it's not that bad. It's not that bad. As long as we do not have any clouds, which we don't, we have beautiful weather in England. In England, of all things. Yeah, but it's at ground level, it's like 3 degrees. But up at 2,000 to 3,000 feet, it's about -3, -4. It's not that bad. It's not cloudy or anything, so it's good. You know, it's good. It's all good. As long as it's not above -12, I think. -12, -15, then we're still good to go. So yeah, we are at the moment freezing our Royal Rastafarian Ninis off, but hey, it's fine. So it's... exactly, well this is Land's End, guys. This is it. This is basically the most southern tip. That over there, by the way, is is St. Michael's Mount. You see that little tiny island right there in the distance. We are flying over that, by the way, when we return. But that's St. Michael's Mount. So that's the counterpart of Saint Michel, the French version. But basically the same thing. So, although Saint Michel is a little bit bigger, I think. But yeah. Let's head back to 2,000 feet. That should... yeah, we're back at -1. That's good. I'll take that. I'll take that for $1. So yeah, it's... able to take on a little bit more ground. Yeah, it was really small. I think what you actually took off of was a glider airfield or something like that. And by the way, guys, gliders are coming. They are coming this year, apparently. So we are getting this year, we are getting seasons, and we are getting gliders as well. They are also working on, by the way, on trains. So that should be cool. So that gives us a little bit of that, more of that immersion in 50% flaps. Good lord. Just to get off the ground. Just to get off the ground. But yeah, there is going to be a lot more immersion, guys. The seasons are coming. I'm so looking forward to seasons. Oh man. Tell them to fix the placers. Well, they are working on that. I mean, the G1000 and the yeah, but that's. I think that's a long way off, Don Don. I think it's a long way off. The actual they are working on seasons, and it wouldn't surprise me if that's coming rather quickly, because they are now also, of course, implementing things like snow and stuff like that. So that's really cool. That gives us a lot more immersion already, and of course, then there is the things like gliders, but they are working on a lot of bugs too. The autopilots is supposed to be going to be fixed in the next 3 weeks. Fingers crossed, and they will be implementing a lot more features of the G1000 and the G3000. So yeah, it's go back to SnowRunner. I condemn thee to the infinite fields of snow and the tread of wheels. I always find it funny, you know, when people talk, well, what's the enjoyment in driving around in a truck or flying around in a plane? And it's so hard to explain, actually, the satisfaction that you get when you actually take off and land again, doing the exact flight that you planned and had in mind, battling the elements. It's really cool. And it's like the same thing with flying or driving around, for instance, in Euro Truck Simulator. I mean, it is basically driving from A to B, but it is, yeah, it's kind of soothing and almost yeah, how do you call it, meditational? It's really weird. It is really hard to explain. Yeah, anything but boring or soothing. That bad, huh? He can't be that bad. Or can he? Dun dun dun! By the way, shout out to Dun Dun Pump on, for those that do not know him. He's a great streamer as well. Go give him a love. Go give him a little bit of love and go watch his streams. He's really cool. Really cool guy. So, yeah. Trying to tow a truck somewhere is even better. Exactly. Eventually, yeah. No, EGTE. Eventually, we are going there. So yeah, but we are just flying. Yeah. I think we are. Well, we're going to fly around the islands right there. We are just flying around the islands, Jeff. So yeah, it's just there is an airport. Yeah, exactly. But we're not landing there. We're just going to see him. And then flying back towards Land's End again, and then onward towards eventually Exeter. So it's basically Land's End, Plymouth, and then onwards towards in a straight line toward Exeter. So yeah, you can basically see it in the map up there. That should be it. So now we are flying towards the Eastern Isles. And flying around them. There are a few tiny islands just off the western coast of, or the eastern coast of Great Britain. Sorry, eastern coast of Great Britain, and then we are moving back towards St. Michael's Mount and Land's End, St. Michael's Mount, flying along the Roseland Heritage Coast, and then up towards Plymouth, onwards then towards Exeter. It was my intention, as I said, to land in Plymouth. However, apparently Plymouth no longer has a airfield. So there's that. It did have one, and it got closed down because of the because most of the people were basically driving up towards Heathrow and stuff like that, towards London. So yeah, it wasn't worth the effort anymore. And they closed it down. I think they now paved over it. I think there's apartment buildings right there on the runway. Oh, by the way, in the distance, right there, we can see the Eastern Isles. They're really small. There is an actual airfield. There on both islands. There's actually an airfield, so you can land on both of them if you want. And then we are heading back towards the coastline, towards Land's End. So we are flying back towards right there, towards the coastline. We have at the moment Jeff in the air and Jamel. So if you guys want to join me, you can. Easter Islands, no, Eastern with an N. So it's yeah. The second one actually you have to do a custom one. Yeah. Hey, welcome back, John. Welcome back. It's the second one actually does. You can actually download the extra airfield if you want to. I didn't do that, but you could if you want to. You could. Yeah. I know it is actually available on FlightSim.2. Yeah. And there are a lot of mods available for FlightSim.2, by the way. So it's yeah. For instance, the Exeter airfield, I actually got a update for that installed, so it should look a little bit more realistic. Although, if they actually do improve it with the new Great Britain update, I will be uninstalling it. That's usually what I do. I install I look for the route that we are flying, and on that route I see if there are any updates I can install from FlightSim.2, for instance, for the sceneries. Once I've done with them, I uninstall them because basically it just takes up space, and I'm not flying there anytime soon anyway. So yeah. So for instance, I had two very large sceneries for Edinburgh and for Glasgow. I uninstalled those, and a lot of the Central Europe and Eastern Europe ones and stuff like that. So that's yeah. St. Mary's. Ah, yeah. That's the one. I think that's on the left island right there. If I'm not mistaken, St. Mary's is the one on the left island, and that's the one that actually shows up. So, but we are going to do a slight circle around the islands and then head back. Yeah, the big one. Actually, those are two little small islands that you can barely make it out, but I think St. Mary's is on that island right there. But what we are doing is we are flying around, then circling back, and then heading back towards Land's End, over there, and then flying towards St. Michael's Mound. So we are making quite nice progress. So yeah. Oh, no. We didn't pass the Isle of Wight yet. No. No. We still have to go to London as well. So, yeah. I am flying only at 136, 35 knots. So, yeah. You should be gaining. I think you are gaining. Yeah, you're definitely gaining, Jeff. Definitely. Definitely gaining. I'm going fast, but I'm not going that fast. The thing is, because we have a tailwind right now at the moment, we are flying a little bit faster than normal. So, yeah. But we should be having headwind all the way back towards Exeter. So, that will be a little bit slower. That's also the reason why my fuel is actually doing really well. So, but of course, I need the beverage. There you go. Hydrate, guys. Do not forget to hydrate. Very important. Muy importante. Sí. So it's... You're skimming the wave there, Jamel. You're skimming the waves. Jamel skimming the waves right there. There's Jeff. You see, you gain easily. Easily. Jeff skimming the waves right there in his C208. So good to see you guys again. It's so good to fly again. It's so nice. So much fun. It is so much fun, guys. And as I said, at the moment we are back to flying again. There are a few things coming up. One of the most important ones is actually... yeah, exactly. Exactly, Indalia. You are quite right, actually. The next important or big thing that's coming up on our channel, actually, is, of course, the Sim Talk show. We are, at the moment, working on that. This weekend I will be seeing if I can do a few tests here and there. And with a bit of luck, we will be doing Sim Talk, yeah. Yeah, I have thought about it, John, but the thing is that at the moment there are a lot of DMCA things going on with Twitch, and I do not want to screw up this channel early. It's not that I have my income from this channel. I don't. I actually do not care that much about that. I just want to have a lot of fun with you guys. Although I do appreciate everything that comes into the channel. So yeah, it's... But the thing is, yeah, I think it might be a little bit distracting, you know? So, hey, Quirt, Happy New Year, man. Good to see you. So yeah, it is... yeah, exactly. The thing is that of course you have the royalty free, but yeah, I'm never really sure what kind of suits me with that. Especially with my strange music taste, let's face it. But yeah, it's... no. I do not intend to screw up my channel in the near future or any time off of that. So, no, as I said, I am going to be here for quite a while. By the way, guys, these are the Eastern Isles that you see right there. Happy New Beer. Exactly. Cheers. So it's, yeah, it's... I do not intend to screw that up. No, I do not have any intentions of that. But, yeah. Hey, Certlo! Yeah, you can just turn on music, of course. No problem whatsoever. And it will be... it can be anything you like. So, but that's actually a good plan, Certlo. And as I said, Happy New Year too, my friend. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day, man. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm so glad to be back. I am so glad to be back, guys. As I said, I've missed it so much. Now, there should be another airfield right here somewhere. But I'm not sure actually where it is. It doesn't really show up that much other than this really strange part right there. I don't know. Strange. You had me at beer. I know. I know, silly. But yeah, it's as I said, guys, it's going to be an interesting year. I will be going to do. I'm going to do. I hope I do, my friend. I hope I do. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. We are looking into starting a new show. It's going to be once or twice a month. It's going to be called Sim Talk. And we will be talking about everything Flight Sim related. So that's basically Microsoft Flight Simulator, but also X-Plane and Prepared. So yeah, it's going to be really, really interesting, guys. Yeah. Half a crate of beer. Well, I survived the half a crate of beer. I remember you basically crawling over the floor. It's, I'm actually... Coffee. Sir, I salute thee. Yeah. In January, we will be flying over at least. We're flying over... well, we are doing England right now. So we are... tomorrow, we will be heading up towards London. Then moving on. We are then moving towards Belgium. Yeah, there's the airport right there. Yeah, that's the one. That's the on the big island. And this is also the one that shows up... in Microsoft Flight Simulator. The other one on one of those islands over there in the distance, right there, that doesn't show up, but it is there. There is one there. So as I said, we are now flying over England. We are then heading for Belgium, Luxembourg, France, and France will be taking up quite a while, I think. So we may be flying along in France for quite a bit. If not, we will be following onwards with that towards Spain. So yeah, and we will be circling around Spain, flying towards around Italy, of course. Then heading towards Switzerland, Austria, Slovenia, and then moving all the way along Croatia towards Greece, Turkey, and then heading up towards Africa eventually. But yeah, by the time I think Europe will be about 2 months, two and a half months, and then we are moving on towards. I just turned on my autopilot somehow. Then we will be moving on towards Africa. So by the end of the year, I hope we may be leaving Africa. Not sure, but yeah. By the end of the year, by around this time next year, we will be flying in the Middle East. That's my intention. Or we will be approaching the Middle East. So yeah. No problem, my friend. No problem whatsoever. Yeah, it's going to be incredible, man. It's as I said, it's the journey that we are now doing is as most of you already know, but for those that do not, it is this. So yeah, we're starting out right there and doing it all the way around the world, guys. It is going to be it's going to be a thing. It is going to be a thing, guys. Fly everywhere, see everything. That's the motto, you know. And doing it low and slow. Doing it low and slow in the 172. Fly everywhere, see everything. It's a thing, definitely. But I'm so looking forward to it. I'm still not bored of it. I am, you know, each time I take off, it brings a smile to my face. It is. The idea itself is completely a harebrained scheme, but it's our harebrained scheme, you know. It's yeah. Let's see. Yeah, we definitely have a 60 knot headwind. That's not bad actually. So it's not that bad. Let us see. It's -1 degree Celsius. That's not bad either. At the moment we're not flying in clouds or anything. At a comfortable 2,000 feet. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. You can see that I was flying at around 125 to 130 knots, and it's gone back to about 120. So yeah, it's well, good to hear, my friend. It's always nice to bring a smile to someone's face, and that's very good to make someone smile at least once a day. So if I did that and I made you guys smile and laugh. My day is great. My day is great. My mission is complete. Yes, my mission is complete. And now we are flying back towards Land's End. It is that tiny spit right there in the distance. You can see it right there. So that's the most eastern part of Great Britain. And then we are flying on towards St. Michael's Mount. Yes, we are. That's where we are headed. Then moving on towards Plymouth along the Roseland Heritage Coast. And finally landing in Exeter. Yes, we are. And I'm having a sip of water. Thank you very much for the raid there, Don Don. And hope you're having a wonderful day, my friend. Hope you are having a great day there in Japan. Have a good night's sleep, my friend. And I will see you tomorrow morning when you start the stream again, with a bit of luck. I'm really interested in seeing those SnowRunner streams. So yeah. Had to flip to get stuck again. It's that bad, isn't it? He's constantly flipping over. Jetcat right there. We have Jamel right there in the distance. It is that bad. It is that bad. Ouch. Jeff right there steering over the ocean. Coffee time. Well, it's always coffee time. It is always coffee time. I mean, caffeine for the win, my friend. Caffeine for the win. You're still up in the air right there. Yes, you are. That's what I was saying, Jamel. There you are. I was showing you all. I know. I was showing you all. But if you guys, by the way, want to join, no problem, of course. You can find me on the Western European server. I am nearing Land's End, and I'm apparently the only one there. So, yeah, with, of course, Jetcat right there and Jamel in the distance. So, yeah, we are making great time at the moment. We're still flying towards Exeter, so that's at least, I think, an hour's flight still. And then we should be landing. At the moment, we are flying on real live weather, so and it amazes me that it's such beautiful weather. It is cold. There is a large cold front at the moment in Europe and also, of course, in England. As you guys can see, the outside temperature right there is -2 degrees. Now, as long as we are not flying into clouds, we should be good. We should be good. So yeah. Heading down a little bit. I'm a little bit too high, so the temperature should rise a little bit to -1. Just to make sure that I do not fly into clouds or anything. And then we will not turn into a flying popsicle. And trust me, you do not want to turn into a flying popsicle. It is horrible. It is actually horrible. It takes away a lot of the speed that you're flying on. It takes away a lot of the engine power, maneuverability. It's not nice. Sounds cool. It's not. It's not. Trust me. It is not. He said from experience. So, but as of now, we are still very good. We haven't frozen over. No ice forming whatsoever. I did turn on the pit of heat just to make sure. And it's always good to turn on the pit of heat because we do want to know our airspeed, which is very important. We're gonna have all over the world. Yes, we are. We definitely are. Good Lord, the flying popsicle. That's wow. That's one of those things, and it will return. You know, it will return. There will be moments definitely when we are flying back. From certain countries, of course, and up towards. I mean, we have a long flight along the most top part of Russia, which is very interesting. Basically, flying, I think about a month in Russia, and so that's the thing. We are flying in the Himalayas. That's where we will be flying. But also, do not forget, we are also flying in South America, guys, flying along the Peruvian and along Chile and Peru. These are very, very highly situated countries. So yeah, it is. I mean, it is going to be interesting. It is going to be really interesting to see how that turns out. And I'm glad I've had the training now that I know what I'm supposed to do. But it's still, yeah. It's still a thing, guys. It is still a thing. And that's also the reason why I did not fly towards Iceland. Because once I got there, I was pretty sure I would never be able to make it back. Snowstorms, rain, stuff like that. It's going to be horrible, yeah. What do you mean, online courses for flying or something like that? Because there are no, well, online courses is a big word. Kind of depends on what you're looking for, but flying an aircraft itself, no. Maybe there is, but I haven't done so. What I did basically was I just started the scenarios and the tutorials and just got I just did a tutorial from there. The tutorial takes place in a 152. There's now also a takeoff and landing tutorial for the Airbus A320, if I'm not mistaken. But the one tutorial that you do get, it's like a 6-part tutorial that you do, and you fly. Yeah, exactly. Well, the Flying Fabio, is in depth is not the good word. I think it is like it is a deep dive, more like it. Flying Fabio is basically if you already know the things about flying. It's yeah, he is. He is incredible. Flying Fabio, if you can fly like me and you want to learn a lot more about flying and the way it works and checklists and how stuff works like that, it's then you go to Flying Fabio. He will teach you totally the ins and the outs. It is incredible what he does. But yeah, it's if you just want to start and learn how to fly, if you have your hands on this game or this simulation, actually, just do the tutorials and you learn the basics of flight. So in a 152, you basically learn how to take off, how to do a landing, how the trim works, and all that kind of stuff. And you learn it in a 152. It's easier actually in this one. That's not the reason why I chose the 172 over the 152. I chose the 172 not because it was easier, but because it has more range. That's the reason why. So the 152 has a range of 420 nautical miles. The 172 has a range of 640 nautical miles, give and take. So yeah, that's the reason why I did that. But other than that, it is basically the same. So yeah, if you really want to learn, then yeah. Yeah. It is really awesome. But actually the A320, once you get the hang of it, it is not that hard to fly, actually. Funnily enough. Especially if you have like the kind of setup that I have, with the Logitech yoke and the throttle quadrant and the rudder pedals. It is not that hard. So yeah, slow flying is a thing. That is a thing. I mean, full flaps and making sure you get the right amount of thrust. It is. I mean, I've seen people flying along with me in an A320 at 120 knots. I have no idea how they did that. Yeah. It is incredible. Yeah, stop blinding my ground crew too. But it is incredible how I've seen. Yeah. In a 787 even, yeah, or 747-8. I mean, I've flown when I flew over Scotland. I was accompanied by 3 747s, one flying on the left, one flying on the right, and one flying behind me. It was bizarre. That was truly and utterly bizarre. It is incredible, yeah. It shocks them. Might be a better idea, Quart. Yeah. But yeah, it was. I mean, some people have so much control over these planes. It is incredible. But as the more you start to, if you really want to get into flight simming, the more you fly just on one plane, the more you get the hang of it, and the more you also get to know what is possible and what isn't possible. So it's, yeah, just focus on one thing and do that for quite a while, actually. That's the best advice I can give you. Just if you want to fly a 172 and just the 172, I mean, yeah, to learn ground controls, yeah, it is incredible. But especially the larger planes have a lot of options. But if you really want to get the hang of a plane, just start to fly in it and stick with it for quite a while. And in my case, flying all around as long as I did right now. I mean, we've flown, I think 15,000, 16,000 nautical miles right now already. So that's halfway, basically halfway around the world already. So somewhat. You really get the hang of it, what your plane can and cannot do. So, and you can start to play with things like that. I mean, as I said, certain weather conditions, no longer scare me. So yeah, it's like, oh, it's freezing. Yeah, okay, sure, whatever. It's like, oh, it's raining. Yeah, okay. Well, I really do like the A320. I really do like the A320. Are you using the fly-by-wire one, Quart? Yeah. And you're doing it on VATSIM as well? Just talk to myself. Yeah. By the way, guys, we are now heading towards St. Michael's Mount. It should be right there in the distance. So that's why I'm basically flying a little bit lower. You just practice. Yeah, okay. But practice makes perfect. I mean, look at me. Look at me. I never, ever, ever expected to get this far, actually. Without at least crashing 3 or 4 or 5 times. And the one crash that I had was actually my own stupidity. So that's the only thing. Other than that, I mean, yeah. Ah. Well, I heard that a lot of people do like to do VATSIM eventually. So yeah. For instance, Melvius Gaming started to do VATSIM, and he was really, yeah, he really liked doing that. And he said it wasn't that hard, actually. No problem, Jamel. Thank you very much for joining me, my friend. Thank you very much. Always nice to have you around, my friend. Always nice. And tomorrow we will be here, flying here again. We will then be flying from Exeter towards London. So yeah. Yeah, that's also the reason why I did not do VATSIM. Basically, because most of the time I will be on Unicom anyway. So for now it would have been fun. Of course. But yeah. If you just do... just fly around as soon as you leave covered areas like Europe and America and stuff like that. You basically you have to switch back to Unicom, which yeah, it's really not the effort. Yeah. Nobody down here. Yeah, exactly. All right, guys, that in the distance right there is St. Michael's Mount. Unfortunately, they did not update it. That's a bit of a shame. They really should do things like that, you know, little things like that. Yeah. ATC chatter kept me sane. Yeah, exactly. That's the reason why I do it streaming, so you guys can keep me sane. Well, sane-ish, yeah. I'm mad to begin with, let's face it, but yeah. Yeah, that's a bit of a shame. This is St. Michael's Mount. Whoa, you're really low there, Jamel. Wow. That's really low. Whoa, and stuck. Oh. Oh, ouch. Landed. Any landing you can walk away from is a good one, my friend. Yeah, especially if you use these large commercial aircraft. It usually comes down to where are your realism settings? Minus 1253 frames per second. Ouch. That's St. Michael's Mount, where he flew straight into St. Michael's Mount. Defilement, I say! Sacrilege! But yeah, it's especially if you do these large commercial flights, so the A320, the 747, the 787, Dreamliner, for instance, it is a lot of yeah, bending space-time. Exactly. It is a lot of you fly a lot of on autopilot. You do not fly those things manually. So yeah. So it doesn't really make sense, especially if you do like an 8-hour or a 9-hour flight, which is quite possible in a commercial airplane. Yeah, it is. It has 10 flaps. Good lord. Here I am with only 3. So it's 10 flap settings. That's nice. But yeah, it's you basically just fly mostly on autopilot. You set your course, you set your heading, you set your flight plan, you take off, you set it to autopilot, you let it go, you land on ILS, and basically take over in the last few feet when you land. If you're not doing failures or stuff like that, for those that do want that, one of the people who follow the Flying Fabio has created a mod that will activate randomly failures in your during your flight. So that's pretty cool, actually. If you want a little bit more excitement during your flights and a little bit more realism, it's a free program. You can get it from GitHub, and it is. Let me have a look. I'm not sure if I can link it, but let me have a look. And it will introduce, actually, I think, no, that's not the one, that's the one. Yeah. Yeah, also you can use it for training procedures or just for having fun, you know? Yeah, exactly, you know, but things like that really do help out a little bit, so it's... just having a little bit of fun, and you can set it to a percentage of failure. So you can set it for instance, you have a 60% chance that you get a failure, and then you can set a random amount of failures that you get, for instance. So yeah, it's really, it does. On Air has failures now. Oh, okay, but does it also activate them in the simulation themselves? Because if that's the thing, so if it actually creates a random failure in your plane, this program, by the way, that I linked, that actually does. Really interesting. That's pretty cool, actually. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. And it's like random failures or stuff like that. Because that is actually, yeah. As far as I knew, this was the only. But then again, if you do not have or do not want On Air, and On Air is a subscription-based add-on for Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is a oh, that's nice, dark mode. That's good. The link that I just gave you, that's just free. You can download it, and it will implement failures in your game for free. So it's a free. It's not as extensive, of course, as On Air, and especially if you want to add another layer and an extra depth to your gameplay in Microsoft Flight Simulator, I can truly recommend On Air. It is really cool. There are, of course, free versions of that. MS Economy, I think. MS Economy, FS Economy. Yeah, FS Economy, that's the one. So yeah. Yeah, that's very important, yeah, because the wear and tear on your plane is also simulated in On Air, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. But it's like, I think it's like for $4 or $5 $/euros/pounds a month. It is really a really nice and cool add-on, and a nice way to actually have a little bit more fun and a little bit more depth in your flight simulator. So yeah, it kind of turns your flight simulator into Euro Truck Simulator kind of thing. So that's pretty cool, actually. Yeah. Now, I think this is a Royal Navy airstrip, if I'm not mistaken. Ah. But it's good to hear that they've implemented that. That's good to hear, man. Yeah, definitely. And on air is pretty cool. As I said, it is pretty cool. I mean, there are a lot of cool things you can do in this simulation. So yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah, I can attest to that. Live weather is a thing. Live weather is a thing, and you really do have to look if it's possible, especially in smaller aircraft, if you can get to certain places. Yeah, it does really make it interesting. It does give it a little bit more depth, and it also teaches you how your plane behaves. So it, yeah, flying in extreme conditions does make you more. It teaches you a lot more how your plane reacts and stuff like that. Yeah. Definitely much more immersive. Yeah. Definitely. The wind turbines, yeah. Right there in the distance, you mean? They look really cool. If you, that's really funny, by the way. If you go to, what's it called? There is a, let me have a look. There is an airport in Scotland that we landed on that actually had the windmill straight in front of the runway. It was misplaced by. Let me have a look. It was, what was it called? Benbecula Airport. Benbecula Airport, and if you land on runway 6 on Benbecula Airport, if you land on runway 6 in Benbecula Airport, you will actually see a wind turbine standing in front of the runway. You have to avoid it. It shouldn't be there, of course, but it is there. So yeah, it shouldn't be there, but it's there. So it's ooh, thank you very much thank you very much for the coffee. So yeah, it's now it's coffee time. Very nice. I salute thee. So yeah, this game does have its glitches, unfortunately, but in the next year, I am pretty sure that this platform will explode. It will become even so much better than it is right now. And I'm so glad I was here at the start of this all. I'm so glad, yeah. To be fixed very soon. Yeah, I think if you want to see it, you can get only... I think it will be fixed in the next 3 weeks' time, yeah. As soon as the UK release, the UK update is released, I think it will be gone. I think it will be gone, Case and Gaming. Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, as of now, you can still see it. Benbecula Airport, runway 6. Go check it out. It is really funny. It is truly, really funny, yeah. Yeah, well, it kind of depends, you know, because I'm flying around. For instance, when we flew over Norway, I knew there were a lot of issues, so I downloaded the special mods that made Norway look a little bit better. And fixed, but yeah, each time you still see and find glitches, even though you, especially if you fly all over the place, you will find them no matter what. For instance, Finland has a lot of them. Raised lakes, yeah, and apparently Greenland has complete mountain ranges which should not be there. So it's yeah, it is definitely a thing, guys. It is. definitely a thing. There are still a lot of glitches, but then again, and that's what they said in several. Exactly, exactly, Kaiser Gaming, exactly that. Yeah. Wonder what? Ooh, no, 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 no. I actually had a few moments like that. So yeah. Started using auto throttle. Oh, that's nice. That's helpful, auto throttle. But yeah, it's as I said, guys. You still run into so much much glitches, and that's not that not that strange, of course. I mean, the scope and the size of the world that Asobo has created. Oh, that's quite easy. That's actually just an option, Mr. Nick. If you go to settings, you can turn on the nameplates. So it's just turn on nameplates and you can see everyone. Yeah. At the moment, we are still on the European continent, and we are now flying over the southwestern part of Great Britain. Southeastern part, sorry. Southeastern part, yeah. So it is actually quite easy to turn them on, Mr. Nick. You can go to the settings, and there you can find the nameplates, and you can basically see everyone that's flying around you, including Jeffcat, still flying with me right there. We had Jamel, unfortunately he had to go. If you want to fly along with me, that's no problem. You can basically join the Western European server. I am at the moment near Plymouth. I'm heading towards Plymouth, and yeah, there are a few things few runways that are really annoying. I had a few too here in Great Britain, even that for instance that were no longer in. They show up on the planning, but they if you press escape, you go towards your name. You press your name, and you can see which. You can then select which server you want. So yeah, top right corner, exactly. Yeah. So but you have to press escape, and then top right corner, click it, and you can switch to the Western European server. Yeah. But yeah, there are a lot of things that the game still has a lot of issues, guys. It is just that plain and simple. I mean, saying that this is a perfect simulator is far from the truth. No, it isn't. It isn't. There are still a lot of work to be done on the autopilot stuff. There are still a lot of work to be done on the G1000 and the G3000 autopilot from Garmin. Planes that still have issues, of course they are, and yeah. Hey Warrior, Happy New Year, my friend. Happy New Year. Yeah, traffic nameplates. I think that's the one exactly. Yeah, exactly. It is actually, once you get the hang of flying an A320, it is a very, very accommodating aircraft. It is really nice. It is a nice plane. It really is. I like it a lot. Oh, thank you very much, man. Thank you for the bits. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. But yeah, it is a very nice plane. And as I said, even the A320 still has a lot of things. But yeah, yeah, it is a lot of fun. If you're not using, by the way, if you're not using the fly-by-wire mod, please do so. I mean, go do it, Quart. It is so much cooler. It is so much better. I mean, it is way a lot better than the original plane itself. And I can truly recommend that. It is free, so you can download it just for free. And if you don't want to, just uninstall it again. But it's, yeah. Ah, cool. But really, the fly-by-wire mod, for those that are wanting to fly the A320, please install the fly-by-wire mod. At the moment, we are, yeah, the mod is awesome. I mean, mind-blowingly good. At the moment, we are now flying along the, let me have a look. We are flying on the southeastern part of England. We are now heading over towards the, we are flying over the Roseland Heritage Coast, flying towards Plymouth. Plymouth should be in the distance right there. We are then moving on towards Exeter, and there we will be landing. So, yeah. Yeah, all the controls work, and even though align in the mod, exactly, that's so cool. When you start up cold and you do the align thing, it takes like 10 minutes. You can do everything else. It is really cool. It is so cool. It is so cool. It's, yeah. I'm getting excited. I know. I know. I mean, it is. You know, the thing is, the things that makes this simulator makes us do, it is incredibly cool. It is incredibly cool. I mean, you can basically taste, get a taste of what it's like to be an actual pilot, to have that much control and that much fun. And you know, I'm never going to say that learning how to fly in a simulation like this approaches being actually a pilot, because these people they train long and hard for that. And they have a lot of responsibility, but it does give you that slight taste of it. So yeah, it's yeah, exactly. It will teach you exactly. But I heard that for instance, I asked in the Flying Fabio's chat, who is an actual pilot, you know, how much does this approach actual real life? And his answer was, well, more than you think, basically. More than you think. So it's yeah. Especially if you just go full realism, and which I am at the moment. I am flying full realism. Flying real live weather as well. Live weather right there. So this is basically what it looks like above England right now. Who knew? We actually have nice weather above England. They actually do have sunshine over England. Who knew? So, yeah. Yeah, the stock one is very much improved as well. Yeah, I heard it was very, very much improved. That's good to hear. That is actually good to hear. But it is so cool to see actually everything working and flying and doing along. It is incredible. It is incredible, guys, and it is so much fun. Even also the things people organize just to have a little bit of fun. You know, the flights that they're all doing together. People that organize contests like the Cannonball Run we recently had. You know, it is such a cool community as well. It's not just it's not just the game itself, the settings itself, the way it looks, but it's also the community around it. So yeah. So it's incredible. Yeah, exactly. Just when yeah, exactly. So you can switch back towards between the A320 of Asobo's A320 and the fly-by-wire one. Yeah, I get that. But by the way, I think if you just uninstall the mod, it should also just revert back towards the original one. So yeah. No, I did not actually. I did not. They actually now have seatbelts in the plane. Oh, that's cool. That is pretty cool. By the way, we are now flying towards Plymouth. Flying along the Roseland Heritage Coast. Right here. It is one of the most beautiful coastlines in Great Britain, to be honest. So yeah, it's... Oh, really? That's good. That's pretty cool. And we are now headed towards Plymouth and then on towards Exeter. Well, Plymouth is basically... I think it's somewhere... If I'm not mistaken, it's somewhere over there. Yeah. The passenger cabin even has seatbelts. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's a nice touch. That's a nice touch. I like details like that. I like that. Yeah. I like that a lot. I mean, and they keep improving on things like this, you know. It is so cool. It is so cool. Not only do they improve the sceneries, the modding community and the third party developers, the detail in which they are invested in, it is so cool. I mean, I have seen screenshots of third party developer planes that are coming out. You can basically count the rivets on the plane. It is bizarre. It is bizarre. Good to hear that, Jeff. I hope it's not already snowing there where you are, but yeah. But yeah, it is. Why is it? The Xbox the Xbox X app just asked me if I really enjoyed my experience. I just want to launch my games. That's it. So yeah. Ah. Well, it's always good to save, and if you can do it by an extra few blankets, then yeah. If you can do it, if you can get yourself warm with an extra few blankets, that's always good. That's always good, man. Excellent. Nice hot cup of tea or hot chocolate or coffee, of course, helps a lot as well. Yep. Yeah, the rivets are apparently but I think I read somewhere that, for instance, yeah, exactly. That's quite right. That's quite true there, Jeff. Oh, cool. That's good to hear, man. If you want them, you can link them in the Discord channel so people can see what you're doing, or pics of it. No problem. I heard that a third-party developer mod or the third-party developer aircraft is, I think, in Explain and Prepared. It's like 400 to 500 megabytes and up, and the same aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator, I think it would come down to like 100 megabytes or something like that. It's like 5 times smaller actually, because of the way the aircraft are basically modeled and painted, but it looks about 150 times more detailed. It's really bizarre. So the detail on the plane is higher, and it is actually smaller in the game itself, in the simulation itself. It's really bizarre. Yeah, really high quality. Yeah, exactly, Jeff. Exactly. I mean, even if you look at these planes already, I mean, I mean, that is amazing the way it looks. I mean, those caps, those fuel caps right there. It is incredible the way it looks. It is so amazing. So yeah. I mean, the detail is absolutely brilliant. Not to mention the way the sun bounces off your plane and stuff like that. I mean, look at that. It is incredible. It looks so real. So real. So yeah, it is. And I've seen scans from other 3D developers already that posted pictures and in Twitter, on Twitter and on their website and stuff like that. It looks amazing. It looks truly amazing. So yeah, guys, and this is just a thing to come, you know. It is, yeah. Well, I got this one from basically this mod was from PV93, and as you guys can see, I mean, it is completely painted black. I've got the logo already, so there is a lot of options. And he also told me that it was even possible to adjust the way the pilot and the co-pilot looked. So yeah, you can adjust those. So that's really cool. Yeah, you can do amazing things, and it looks brilliant, Quart. It looks incredibly brilliant. I mean, the way you actually make it look, it is amazing. I mean, the fact that I am so happy with this mod already with this the way it looks. It looks great, you know. So yeah, and people do amazing things. Full exterior and engine details. I mean, yeah, exactly, things like that. It is mind-blowingly beautiful how some people actually make it look. Oh, clouds, clouds! And it's freezing, -2, so no, we do not want to fly in clouds. No clouds today. Because we do not want any ice forming. No ice for me. Yeah, rivets and you know, it's incredible, yeah. It is truly, truly amazing what people are doing. It really does look good, yeah. It gives it so much more realism, you know, and it's just nice to look at, you know. It's also nice to look at, yeah. The fact that you can do that much detail, it is so cool. It is so cool. Haha, we found another glitch right there. See that, guys? Right there. There's the glitch. I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to be there. Glitchy, glitchy, glitchy. I think that's the one that we saw when we flew toward Land's End. So yeah. But you know, that's also a very cool thing. I mean, some people are really, really into just the flying itself. Some people are really into the details. I am just like to have fun and fly all over the place and see everything. But there are also people who are deep diving into creating the most brilliant and most accurate exteriors and stuff like that. Yeah. I spawned in Gatling. I'm going to EM. Yeah. Well. Amsterdam Airport is a very nice airport indeed. It is indeed a very nice airport. And if you're flying from Gatwick towards Amsterdam, you will be basically flying over my house. So, yeah. As I live near Amsterdam. So, way to go. Yeah, I know, I'm all over the place. I usually try to stay around 2,000 feet, Jeff, but the thing is, as soon as I start talking, I forget that I'm actually climbing or descending. So, yeah. Sorry about that. Stop yapping, start flying. It's excellent, excellent. Excellent work. Now, I try to keep it around 2,000 feet, Jeff. But I know, I'm up, I'm down, I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place. I go up, up, I go down, down. And I need to, well, we are nearing, we are now just flying near Plymouth. Plymouth should be somewhere over there in the distance. I was supposed to land there, that was my intention, landing in Plymouth. However, I couldn't land there because the only airport in Plymouth is no longer there. It is in the game. It is, however, no longer available. So yeah. Ah, that's nice. That's good to hear, because usually that's where things go bad, Quirk. Yeah, but so I was intended to land on Plymouth. However, as I said, it is no longer there. So I'm now I had to fly on towards Exeter. So, but that's no problem. That's about 10-minute flight. And we should be up in the air for a little bit more. Sorry, that's not the one. ETE. That's the one. There we go. Yeah. About 20 minutes. We should be good. We still have more than enough fuel. 40%, so yeah. Ah, the MCDU is always nice to program. Yep. Are you flying in an A320, Mr. Nick? Or the 747? Or the 787? Ah, A320, nice. Yeah, I really do enjoy also flying the A320. It is a nice plane. It is really nice. A very comfortable plane, I want to say. Comfortable, yeah, it is so nice. And it's cool to just get that thing off the ground. It is incredible. It is very powerful to do that. An on-air livery server, huh? Really? Where? The Acon A5. Oh, there, yeah. Truman 44. 444. Truman 444. You don't see that, Matt, that much. The Acon is not one that you see very often. Also, I think basically because of the range, it is, yeah. I use for long flights. For if I do the A320 or stuff like that, I do use SimBrief. Yeah, I do use SimBrief, and I have Navigraph, so I already have the updated ARIC as well. So yeah. The Diamond DA6, yeah, that is a nice plane. That is exactly a very nice plane, Jeff. Yeah, I admit that. That is a very nice aircraft, yeah. Well, it would be nice if you have your own livery show up when you're using on air. That would be cool, yeah. I can imagine. But yeah, I do like the. You do not see the A320, the Icon. You do not see it a lot. For those that do not know, the Icon is actually a kind of a seaplane thing. It's kind of like the Tesla under the planes. It is, by the way, guys, Plymouth right down there in the distance. That's Plymouth. Right down there. Very cool. Very cool. But yeah, it is. Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure you still can't fly under bridges. I think that it was a thing, Jeff, if I'm not mistaken. I think, especially when the game came out, when the simulation came out, people tried to fly under. Oh, you're doing it right now. Really? Ah. Let's see if that works. It worked. Well done. Well done. So you actually can fly under bridges right now. All right. Nice. Hello, El Tocino Rapido. Good to have you here, man. Happy New Year, by the way. Happy New Year. But yeah, I thought it was no longer. I thought it still wasn't possible to fly under bridges at the moment. So, I mean, as I said, a lot of people. Happy holidays, man. Happy holidays. Well, the thing was, I know a lot of people tried to fly under the London Bridge, which ended up them standing up for, and not only the London Bridge, but also the Golden Gate Bridge, and they couldn't fly under it. So it was really weird. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Ah. If you can look through underneath. Exactly. Ah, that's cool. But as I said, I know there are a lot of YouTube vids out there from of people trying to fly under the Golden Gate Bridge, and they even couldn't fly under the Golden Gate Bridge. Well, there is enough clearance to fly under the Golden Gate Bridge, definitely. Yeah, it kind of clipped. Yeah, it kind of clipped, and they were like flying straight up then and flying into the road. It was really weird. But apparently they fixed that, so that's good to hear. That's good to hear. So that makes it a little bit cooler to do stunts like that. Which I'm not going to do, because if I crash, I have to go back to Innsbruck. I don't want to go back to Innsbruck. So, yeah. We are not going back to Innsbruck, I say. No. I've been there once, and I will fly over Innsbruck again when we fly through Austria, but not voluntarily. Yeah, yeah. Crashing once was more than enough for now. So, and that was basically my own fault. So for those that do not know, by the way, I am flying everywhere. We are seeing everything. So yes, we are doing, still doing that idiotic plan right there. We are still doing that. However, let me show you guys a little bit better. There we go. So we are still doing that. But if I crash due to my own accord, no, I'm not doing on air. No, I am not doing on air. If I crash due to my own accord, that means that each continent will have a save, 1 or 2 save points, depends on how big the continent is. And if I crash, I have to go back to that save point and fly in a straight line, then fly up to towards my last flight plan where I started, and do that flight all over again. In this case, it means that I have to go to Innsbruck and fly that all over again. So for instance, I crashed in Lithuania. I started off in Minsk, had to fly then back towards, start again in Innsbruck and fly all the way back to Lithuania to Minsk, and then fly the entire flight from Minsk towards Riga in Estonia, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So that was kind of a thing. I am at the moment, Mr. Nick, I am nearing Exeter. I am flying towards Exeter right now. Yeah. I am flying towards Exeter. I think they are focusing at the moment on G1000 and the autopilot. G1000, G3000 support and the autopilot problem at the moment, Gert. So yeah, I think that's the reason why they are leaving the CJ4 at the moment untouched. Also, I think there are a few third-party developers that are coming out with stuff like that. So yeah. There's Jeff right there, still flying along. Excellent, excellent. If you want to fly along, you can fly along with me. Although it will be a short flight at the moment. We are now nearing Exeter, so I think we'll be up in the air for 15 minutes more. Then we will be landing and picking it up tomorrow. So tomorrow we will be flying from Exeter onwards towards the western part of the United Kingdom, heading towards London. Yes, we did. Yeah, I did actually. Yeah, I did download the Aviators Club liveries. Yeah. Still on the ground in Gatwick. Oh, that's good to hear. But yeah, it's as I said, guys. I am flying all around the world, flying everywhere. So we are flying everywhere. We are seeing everything, and we are doing it in that. Right there, in that that tiny little airplane right there. That's my home for the next 3 years. Oh, no problem, man. No problem. No problem, Metal Chi. Good to see you, man. Happy New Year, my friend. Happy New Year. Oh, by the way, we are gay. Yeah, we are way too high. And I'm now in a cloud. I don't want to be in a cloud. Moisture. No. That'll teach me. Definitely. It is freezing at the moment in England, which means that if I fly through a cloud, I will be getting moisture, and my plane will start freezing. As you guys can see right there, it is -1 at the moment. So yeah, I have to look forward to that too. Yeah, I have to look forward to that. Thank you very much, Metal GM. Thank you very much. And of course, there's always room flying along with me. So yeah, no problem, man. It's bloody freezing, governor. Yeah, it is. It is, Zach. It is. English popsicles. Exactly. Exactly that. It is exactly that. It is freezing cold, man. It is freezing cold at the moment. So no snow as of yet. If it would have snowed, it would have shown up, by the way. So yeah, that is pretty cool. That's something they already implemented. If it starts snowing, it should also start snowing in the game. It should show up in the simulation itself, which is really cool. And to me, it's basically a forerunner of the coming seasons update, which I'm really looking forward to. You know, that extra bit of, yeah. Hey, Emeka, good to see you, man. Have a very, very happy new year, my friend. Have a very happy new year. It's going to be a great year. Trust me. But yeah, it is... I'm really looking forward to that extra bit of dimension, that extra bit of immersion. You know, the seasons update. That's the one that I'm really looking forward to, especially if you're flying low and slow like I am, and you're doing it. You're basically seeing everything, seeing the seasons change. It just makes it that little bit more immersive. It gives it just that little bit of extra edge. It's that extra bit of realism. That's the way it looks like. What it looked like. That's the way it's supposed to be. So that's really, really cool, and I'm so much looking forward to that. Yeah, I am. This game is going to be so much better, so much better. So yeah, it is. It is going to be epic. It is going to be epic. 500. Yes, I know, but I don't want to freeze like a popsicle. 0 degrees Celsius. That's good. That's what I want to see. Now, let's see. When does that switch? We are now heading towards 1,600 feet. Aerosol website. Oh, okay, cool. That's good to hear. But to be honest, on air isn't that expensive, if I'm not mistaken. On air is like €4 a month, I think, 4 or 5 euros a month, or dollars or pounds. So it's not that bad, actually. It is actually a good investment. And the best investment I did last year actually was Navigraph. The thing you see right there. It is yeah, it's not that expensive exactly. I mean, Navigraph was one of the best buys I did in a long time. It was great. I'm so happy I got a subscription of Navigraph. Out in the snow with the kids. Nice, nice. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day with your children, man. Hope you're having a wonderful day with your children, Emeka. Good to see you. And have a lot of fun. That's the most important thing. Make them smile. Make them laugh. Nobody got me Navigraph for Christmas. Aww. Yeah, it is. Navigraph is, I think, like 10 euros or 10 quid or $10 a month. It's so worth it, especially if you're doing long flights, especially if you're flying commercial. I mean, if you're doing the A320 or stuff like that, it is so much better. Yeah. Oh, well, that is a great gift there, Mr. Nick. It is cool, really cool, yeah. Well, it really wasn't that much of a surprise, actually. I was planning to do it, John, but I'm glad I made you smile. I really did. I really did. And tomorrow and on Friday, I will be back again, guys. I am once again streaming normally on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Tomorrow, we will be picking up my flight as soon as we land in Exeter in about 10 minutes time. Tomorrow, we will be flying again. So please join me tomorrow, 1 o'clock European Standard Time. So that's Paris/Amsterdam time. And yeah, we will be doing this all over again. We will then be continuing our flight. We will be taking off from Exeter, heading on towards London. It's the place to be. So yeah, it's that's where we're heading for. Excellent, man. You're always welcome to join. You're always welcome to join. Yeah. A whole forest area. I did. Well, there are a lot of forests down there. Oh, I think where we just flew over, it didn't draw itself. Oh, that's interesting. But as I said, everyone, yeah, plain texture. Yeah, I just saw the mountain with the plain texture, but that's actually a forest. Oh, okay. Whoops. I think something went wrong there. But it has been loading strangely of late. I'm not sure. Maybe I should throw away the cache and restart again. Just do it again. I think since a few weeks it's not loading properly. And that's very important. I need to have it loaded properly. Yes. Now we are nearing our destination. No, I don't. I just make it stream, you know. But I think my cache is kind of botched up, so I need to throw away the cache and do it again because of the long flights that I'm doing and the continuous flights that I'm doing. I think something went wrong there. So, but it's no problem because then it will start streaming again. So I think the cache is kind of corrupt or anything like that. I have to see if I can refresh that or something like that. And then it should work again. I just noticed, for instance, that a few roads weren't drawn in and stuff like that. So I was already thinking that something didn't look quite right. Like there, for instance, that should be a road. That should be a road right there. It's not drawing itself properly as well. So yeah, there are a few things that aren't quite correct, I think. It looks kind of blurry. And sometimes that just happens. It's fine. It's fine. Now let's see. Oh, I'm already nearing Exeter approach. That's cool. Nearest airport. Whee! Exeter. Turn into the tower. Request a full stop landing. That's what we are going to do.
Exeter Tower, Cessna Papa Hotel. Sierra November Golf is 10 miles southwest with Charlie to land.
Cessna Papa Hotel.
Yes.
Sierra November Golf, Exeter Tower. Enter left traffic runway 26.
Runway 26.
Altimeter 30.09 or 1333 and 12.
Open the charts. Let's see. I want to do a open 2626. So, all right. So we have to approach it from the east towards the west. Okay, we can do that. That's no problem. Do we actually have a ILS on that? We do. Interesting. All right, so let's program the ILS, shall we? Yes, I copied.
Enter left traffic runway 26 Cessna Sierra November Golf.
All right, so let's see if we can program that. So we have the locator. That's 109. 109 and 350? 330. No, 1099. 1099. Yeah. 1099. So that's the locator right there. Then, let's see. Select approach. New. I want that back. And we want ILS 26. Yep. And we want to load that. Activate. So there. Yeah, now it's going to turn me all the way around. That's not what's happening. I'm not flying back. Actually, can I change that? Can I change that? Let me have a look, guys. What are the approaches? E5, okay. Procedure. Enter. Oh, we just have those two. Okay, so that's the only transitions I can do are those. Yeah, okay, so I can only do those two. That's fine. So now I should be able to overlay it on my route. Now it's kind of hard for you guys to see, but for me it is kind of clear. So yeah. And we should be flying at about... Alright. So these are the advantages of flying using Navigraph. On the top you can see the map has changed. What you now basically see is my my ILS approach. And if I go to the VFR map, no, that's the one I want. That's the one. I like it. Yeah, just sending me back. That's not what we're doing. We are just doing that little part there and then flying straight into the runway right there. So that's where we are headed. It now gave me an approach. And that's where we are headed for. So that's that should be good. I'm not flying all the way back. Because apparently if you want to switch to another waypoint in the currently G1000, it just doesn't work. So... But we are getting close. And the runway should be somewhere over there, apparently. Now, if we switch to there, we should be able to see it. Where is that runway? Oh, interesting. Excellent there, Mr. Mick. Excellent. I'm not seeing the runway. But that doesn't matter. Alright. Acknowledge landing clearance.
Clear to land runway 26 Cessna Sierra November Golf.
So right now we should be at... Oh, we should go to 2200. Yeah, okay. We should be at 2200. Yeah. Alright, slowing down. Alright. Let me have a look, guys. Should be at about 2200 feet. Then I should be able to pick up the... It is cloudy over Amsterdam. Yeah, and then some. If I look outside, it is definitely cloudy. Trust me. Hey, Yuri! Have an excellent, excellent new year. And hope your studies go well, my friend. Hope your studies go well. Good to see you here, man. You look good this year. Oh, you silly boy. You. You're such a silly boy. Great to hear. Thank you. That's good to hear, man. That is good to hear. Excellent. Excellent. As good as possible. That's good to hear, my friend. That is very good to hear. Now, at the moment, as I said, we are approaching Exeter. And I will be switching my CDI soon over to... is that one? Yeah, that's the one. Towards the localizer. Alright, guys. Alright. Yep, that's the one we want. Let's... Oh, no. Let's zoom in a little bit so we can see what we are doing. There we go. Well, that must have been for a concert there, Jeff. uh, it's not called the HMH anymore. No, no, no. Or Heineken Music Hall. Yeah, it's no longer the Heineken Music Hall. Indeed, it is. Yeah, it's different now. Yeah, I'm not sure what it actually is, but yeah. But indeed, they changed it. Now, I am going to go for the approach, guys. There we go. Giving it a little bit of flaps just to slow down a little bit. And it should be over there. Ah, there's the runway. We can see it now. Jeff has already landed, apparently. Let's go for it, guys. Let's go for it. Yes, beep. I know. I am a little bit too low, but that's fine. That is fine. But I am at nicely at speed. That's good. Speed is good. Now the line is coming in. You can see the localizer line coming in. So I am going to make my turn. There is the runway, right there. Jeff already on the ground. And now all we need to do is maintain our altitude until that little diamond next to the altitude comes down. And then start descending. Then start descending. Oh, I'm a little bit off. There is the diamond right there. I am a little bit off, but that's fine. I'm way off, actually. Interesting. Huh. Come on. Way too high as well. There we go. That's a lot better. There we go. Ah, we have a lot of side wind. 12 knots side wind. That's the reason why. That is the reason why. Alright, wind is slowly dropping, so that's good. We can level out a little bit right there. little bit too low right now, but that's fine. Yes. All right, here we go, guys. Coming in for the landing on Exeter. Yes.
Cessna Sierra November Golf exit runway enable.
There we go. Landed on Exeter. That's how you do it. Even with a strong side wind. It says 7 knots, but it didn't feel like 7 knots. It didn't feel like 7 knots, guys. There we go.
Cessna Sierra November Golf contact ground on 119er decimal.
Yep.
Exeter Airport information, Charlie
119er decimal 805 Cessna.
Okay,
Sierra
and now we are
November Golf.
requesting... Yeah, kind of, a little bit. A little bit there, Jeff,
Ground,
Judy.
Cessna Papa
Yeah.
Hotel, Sierra November Golf, request taxi.
A little bit.
Cessna Papa Hotel, Sierra November Golf taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway.
And I'm getting quite handy at ILS landings these days, so yeah. I'm getting quite handy at ILS landings. Put me in the same parking, exactly, yeah.
Cessna Sierra November Golf, please acknowledge.
Yes, I acknowledge.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using
I
taxiway, Cessna
haven't
Sierra
seen
November Golf.
anything from it. No. No, I haven't, but I heard it's really good. Yeah, they're putting us exactly in the same place, Jeff. Sorry, man. There we go, guys. We're down on the ground. Oh, yeah. We are down on the ground. We made it. We made it. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Well, that's it, guys. I'm just seeing you flash in and flash out. It is really funny. There we go, guys. We landed in Exeter. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Thank you very much for joining me today. Once again, on our first flight this year. There are a lot of more flights to come. So, I'm looking forward to taking you guys along. As of today, tomorrow we are heading towards London, as I said. I am streaming on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And I'm starting at 1 p.m. Central European Standard Time. So please come along. Have a little bit of fun. And yeah, I hope to see you either next to me in the sky or on stream in the chat. It's always good and fun to have you here. So yeah, let's see if we can do a raid, guys. Let's see if we can do a raid. There we go. Definitely. Let's start this raid to the Flying Fabio. Always a good guy. Always nice to have him. And definitely. See you guys tomorrow. Have a little bit of fun. Most of all, stay safe and laugh. Bye-bye.